coached LA business owners on how to get their win from the major sporting events coming to the city.
What motivated me to create a company was my family. We definitely lived paycheck to paycheck, and I felt like when you don't have so many resources, it's really hard to really think about how to thrive.
We are at the first ever 2024 Sports and Entertainment Supplier Diversity Summit put together by the Office of the Mayor. AEG is here, really proud to be a sponsor and contributor of this event.
We know that one of the biggest issues in LA is the economic gap. Then clearly the backbone to that is strengthening our small business sector, since small businesses is where the majority of Angelenos work.
Today we're launching Procure LA. It's a program that's available for small businesses in the city to get them ready to be able for bid opportunities in the city and for the events that are coming up.
We got to see small, local, diverse vendors, some that are right here in our neighborhood in the city of Los Angeles and downtown LA, all the way out to the Valley and Orange County, San Pedro, and different areas. The mayor said it best, we work better together, and it's important for us to make sure that we are providing an opportunity to all of the vendors that are here today.
We have to make sure that we are closely connected to you as these opportunities come up, because typically folks in our community find out afterwards or the day before.
We have leaders that are really interested in making sure that the opportunities that need to be had during this time are presented to them, that we create an equitable space for them to succeed and to thrive in as well. For anybody that missed the show, that wants to know a little bit more about it, we encourage you to go to the Office of the Mayor's website, but also we would love to know more about your organization and your companies and work with you in the future. You can visit us at www.aegworldwide.com/become a supplier.
A unique park program makes existing green spaces available to many more Angelenos. Since 2018, LA Unified School District and Recreation and Parks have collaborated on the program. Garden Grove Elementary was recently opened as the 10th community school park.
3, 2, 1!
Today we're out here at Garden Grove Elementary in Reseda, opening up our 10th community school park. This is a collaboration between the school system, LAUSD, and the City of Los Angeles.
Our CSP program, which stands for Community School Parks Program, is a collaboration between LAUSD and the City of Los Angeles. Recreation and Parks are the staff that are running this program.
LA is an incredibly park-poor city. There's just not enough open spaces, but the schools have open space. And so we are trying to open them up for the community on days when there's no school, and it's a wonderful partnership.
Our goal is to make sure that we provide access to our local communities to parks and open spaces. And LAUSD is our partner in this initiative so that we could get kids in the communities to access our fields and these spaces so that we can have recreational activities.
Today we're going to have some face painting, some sports clinics, pickleball.
Community members can use this space on weekends when there's no school happening, when it's open to the public. There's new pickleball courts here, so you don't have to just be a kid to use it. So we're going to be doing things like Halloween events and movies. We're going to have snacks here, and we're hoping to activate this space into something that the community doesn't just walk by, they rely on it.
5, 6, 7, 8.
We're also leveraging the Olympic movement to bring in funds so that we can provide all these recreational sports opportunities so kids can get out and be healthy.
We've got arts and crafts, we have basketball, volleyball, we have soccer, we also have blind soccer because we have an adaptive unit with Recreation and Parks. There are great benefits to community school parks. One of them being that we now have parks that are close to where people live.
Garden Grove Elementary is Rosita's best kept secret. You know, we're here on the weekends from 10 to 2, so come over, enjoy some time with your family, and enjoy the facilities.
For more information on community school parks, I say visit laparks.org, not only for information on community school parks, but also all of the programs in recreation.
Los Angeles Mission College in Sylmar has added to its offerings. Besides coursework and diplomas, a new WorkSource Center now has a home on the college grounds, and that makes training and personalized job skills available to many more people.
So today we're at the new WorkSource Center home here at LA Mission College in Sylmar. And this is a really exciting collaboration because with so many students and individuals that are finding perhaps a career change, this is going to be a location where they have now a one-stop shop for all of the services that are going to help lead them to that next employment opportunity.
At the center, anyone can come in to access resume assistance, explore their careers, find a training opportunity to earn a family-sustaining wage. And so whether we're looking at the life science industry, the construction industry, careers that are growing here in LA County, anyone can come in here and get the assistance that they need.
So the truth about how I got involved in WorkSource was I actually got referred to them through my probation officer. She referred me in order to find work and schooling. I was actually struggling financially, and having felonies on my record wasn't easy to get work. So yeah, I went ahead and applied with them.
There's few things that are as transformative as having a job. And when you have a one-stop shop where you can come in and work with the state, work with the county, work with the city, work with Goodwill, and find out what's available, what training's available to me in one location, it makes the process all that much easier because things like childcare, transportation, housing are all insecurities that people deal with that we serve, and this gives them the opportunity to have all those needs met in one location.
From resume building and some of the interview prep and all the different services, whether you're an individual that is from reentry that was formerly incarcerated or you're a veteran. These are all the services that are going to be made available for folks here in the greater San Fernando Valley. And I'm just so glad that it now has a permanent home here at LA Mission College.
Mayor Bass issues her 9th executive directive. The city attorney wins the $35 million settlement, and state funds will address encampments along the 110. These stories up next on City Beat.
Mayor Karen Bass has signed her 9th executive directive to improve LA's infrastructure and delivery of city services. According to Mayor Bass, this directive will also ensure the city has a comprehensive long-term plan for investing in public spaces. Under Executive Directive 9, a capital planning steering committee will be established to deliver city infrastructure projects in less time and with lower costs. The directive will support a wide range of projects, including road safety, street maintenance, LA River projects, and upgrades to green spaces. The directive aims to ensure that the improvements made for upcoming international events will also have lasting benefits for Angelenos. For more information, visit mayor.lacity.gov/executive directives. LA City Attorney Heidi Feldstein Soto announced her office has reached a settlement with Monsanto Company and 2 related companies for $35 million. The city attorney's office sued Monsanto in 2022 over its manufacturing and sale of polychlorinated biphenyls, also known as PCBs, which contaminated local waterways. According to the lawsuit, Monsanto originally denied that PCBs were harmful, but knew they were highly toxic, harmful to humans and wildlife, and dangerous for the environment. The $35 million settlement will be used to pay for the abatement and monitoring of waterways impacted by PCB contamination and to reimburse the city for costs incurred. For more information, go to cityattorney.lacity.gov/news. Councilmember Eunice Hernandez announced that her office has secured over $6 million to address homelessness along State Route 110. The geography alongside State Route 110 makes hillside encampments there vulnerable to flash flooding. The California Encampment Resolution funding will be used to support outreach efforts along a 4-mile stretch of the 110 from Stadium Way to Avenue 52. According to Councilmember Hernandez, this grant will assist in bringing up to 70 people inside and connecting them with housing services. A multi-agency operation will be coordinated with the Office of Councilmember Hernandez, along with LA Sanitation, Caltrans, and Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority. For more information, visit cd1.lacity.gov/press-releases.
The spooky season is certainly here, and if you're wondering where to go for some tricks or treats, you can always rely on the city's Rec and Parks Department. Their rec centers are scaring up some fun frights and stocking up on the candy.
So most of our facilities throughout the city are going to offer some type of Halloween activity. Some of them are starting as early as the 26th of October, all the way through Halloween Day. We have over hundreds of facilities throughout the city, so there's something for everybody, from children to seniors to teens. But we have activities, haunted houses, mazes, costume contests. So really depends on your area, where you live. You can go onto our website, put your zip code in, and then you can find out what's happening in your area. But for young kids, we have, of course, candy. We're gonna have lots of candy at our centers, food, carnival games, moon bouncers, jumpers. So every center crafts their activities how they want. So all of them are a little different, but pretty much in any area of the city, you can find something for your child. Our senior centers throughout the city offer a variety of activities for the seniors as well. Usually around lunchtime, our seniors love to enjoy our lunches at our facilities, so they're going to have potlucks, costume contests as well, karaoke. So all the things you offer the kids, we offer the seniors as well. So if you go to any of our senior centers, you'll be able to enjoy a lot of our Halloween activities. All the events that we have, it's a great way to keep your kids safe. You're going to go to, usually it's a park you visit already, so you already have a relationship with the parents and a relationship with the staff at that park, so you feel safe there already. Usually our parks, we say, are an extension of your home, so you get to come to our parks, you get to enjoy the Halloween activities, and you're not out in the neighborhood. It's just a safe way to really enjoy Halloween.
Muertos Art Walk at El Pueblo is a creative event supporting local artists and entertainers. It also serves as a preview of the 9 days of traditional celebrations that will take place at El Pueblo for Día de los Muertos.
El Pueblo is home to Olvera Street, and today we are celebrating the Olvera Street Muertos Art Walk. It's our 9th year, and we started it as a way to support the traditional events here at Olvera Street. Local artists and vendors from across Los Angeles share original artwork and bring their creativity to the greater city and county. And we're really excited because they get to showcase their work and we get to support Olvera Street.
We also have entertainment throughout the day until 6 o'clock. And then what we do after that is we have our Muertos 9 days, which starts October 25th through November 2nd. We have a procession every night. We have a little theatrical performance called Danza de la Muerte. The weekends, we're going to have a lot of entertainment as well.
I used to come here as a child, and I brought my children as well. I think this brings all of the Latino community together here to see what a beautiful tradition, and everybody has a part of it.
It's a celebration of the life of our friends and our families that passed before us. It's a way for us to remember them. We believe their souls come back that day and they visit us, and we're able to commune with them and speak with them and enjoy the day with them.
We really just want to invite everyone to come down to Olvera Street and celebrate with us. We're one of the only places that continues to do a 9-day celebration. That's really special to us because it gives everybody the opportunity to come out and enjoy. You don't have to be Catholic or Christian or Latino even to participate. Everybody is welcome.
If they show up, there's some new spin on some of the old traditions, but also this gives us an event to have beautiful memories of the people who have gone and to celebrate them again and the happy moments that we shared with them.
Adding to ways to celebrate Día de los Muertos, the Los Angeles Zoo has dedicated space to a beloved pet ofrenda. It's a way for guests to remember their animals or beloved pets who have passed on.
An ofrenda is an altar that's erected around Day of the Dead. It is a Hispanic tradition, a Mexican tradition. And here at the LA Zoo, we've put one up to honor our beloved pets. Any zoo guest who comes through our gates is able to participate on the weekends. You can bring your own picture, 4x6, and you can frame it here. You can decorate your frame, make a marigold. We have so many creatives in LA and little ones that love to draw their own pictures, and we welcome that too. We're ready for you to draw with a ton of Sharpies. Or we can print out a picture for you. We have staff stationed here from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. every single Saturday and Sunday until Sunday, November 3rd. Or you can just approach the ofrenda and place your item on the ofrenda. It's open all week long. Love or appreciation for all living things begins at home. How better than to celebrate that, allowing the little ones to place their first fish that passed away, or the dogs that have been part of their families their entire lives to be celebrated here in that format. And it's evolved so much in the past 4 years. It was what was considered kind of a little offbeat idea. The support and love from Angelinos has been so great. Every weekend I'm just impressed by the reactions of those visiting and the contributions. Last year we had about 1,000 contributions and about 6,000 interactions at this ofrenda. I think part of the success of the popularity of this ofrenda is that universal language of grief, and that we created a space for it. I think that's what attracts everyone to it. I think it calls to many people, and it just goes hand in hand with the love of living things.
Elevating the Latinas who have made a dent in the system and hearing their stories is the first step in leading change. LA Civil Rights hosted a powerhouse of Latinas at a panel discussion designed to amplify voices and help the next generation find their path to success.
Well, tonight we are at the Latino Theater Company in downtown Los Angeles, celebrating Latina leaders who are making a difference and making change in the city of Los Angeles.
I would like to introduce today's moderator, the Honorable Judge Cindy Panuco.
Tonight, I will be moderating the panel of these powerhouse Latinas. And one of the things that we want to talk about is what have been the struggles, what have been the challenges that they have encountered in what have been traditionally male-dominated spaces.
Unfortunately, across democratic society in this country, we have been dominated by a white, non-Hispanic male gaze. Their attitudes, their preferences, right now their angst.
I'm so excited to be here this evening. Our wonderful department and our general manager, Capri Maddox, have set up a time where Latinas can come in and listen to Latinas who are in politics and sports and media, and we're going to share our stories and talk to Latinas who are interested in getting involved in all areas of government and the private sector.
To me, the fact that any one kid in our community could not think that they could dream bigger because they never saw that was more concerning.
Events like this are important because we often get so siloed in our own areas of work, but this brings people together who are leaders and gets us talking about how we can advance the community as a whole in all of these spaces.
Get to know each other. That's my message to you. Get to know each other. Because at the end of the day, when both of us bring our energies together, all of us bring our energies together, we're going to create magic.
We have all the representations here, all in one room. Let's talk. How can we help get more Latina representation in all of these spaces at the table, helping make decisions?
You know, often we can think and look at spaces and say, those spaces, I don't belong in that space. And I love what you said about, you know, it is about, first of all, believing that there's a space for you. And that's not permission that you should wait for others to give you.
If anything to take away from here is if you've gotten to where you're going, look back and pay it forward. And if you need help, you know where you want to go, reach out to a mentor. We're all willing to do that.
And we want to be intentional to send a strong message that together we are better. Keep the faith and keep the fight, Los Angeles.
From a 1960s idea to a month of celebrations recognizing histories, cultures, and contributions, celebrating Latino heritage has come a long way. In this week's feature story, Mayor Karen Bass hosted the city celebration for Latino heritage along with some famous faces from the world of entertainment.
We are here celebrating Latino Heritage Month. It is so exciting. We want to say thank you to Mayor Bass for bringing together so many wonderful honorees and an opportunity to lift up our Latino culture. It's so important that we lift up all parts of culture. And today here we have a poet who is telling her story, and the Peruvian dancers represent such an important part of our culture here as well.
Los Angeles is a city that is very vibrant, and the immigrant community is deeply woven into the roots of Los Angeles, and more particularly the Latino community. And so for the city to recognize us as an important and vibrant community means so much to give us visibility as Latinos.
She doesn't like when I fall, but it builds character.
Tonight is a way of really uplifting our accomplishments, our achievements, and showing the world that, we're dreaming better worlds possible for our communities.
All communities here in LA, September 15th through October 15th, we officially celebrate Latino Heritage Month. But year-long, we recognize contributions made by leaders, and we emphasize the importance of representation.
I'm Danny Trejo, and I live in the city of dreams. I live in a city that dreams can come true. It doesn't matter how far any ladder you go down, Los Angeles, hey, it's here and you can make it if you try.
La ciudad de Los Ángeles es nuestro hogar. Somos una ciudad santuaria para la comunidad latina, para la comunidad migrante, y celebrar la herencia hispana es una de las cosas que la ciudad hace para darnos visibilidad como comunidad. Soy muy orgullosa de ser una latina.
In this week's Things to Do, celebrate Dia de los Muertos at the Central Library, support local artists at Hallowzine, and visit 24th Street for a Dia de los Muertos festival. All this up next on Things to Do.
Saturday, November 2nd is Dia de los Muertos, and Los Angeles Public Libraries honoring the traditions of Day of the Dead with a family celebration. Head to the Central Library for an afternoon of activities to mark this special day. Enjoy stories, music, and art in English and Spanish. Activities include a Day of the Dead ofrenda workshop, tin embossing, a community altar, and a photo booth. Learn about the cultures that celebrate this day and how it's really an occasion for joy. That's Dia de los Muertos family celebration at the Central Library on Saturday, November 2nd at 2 p.m. For more information, visit lapl.org/events. During this scary season, let's creep it real at Hallowzine. This community zine fest will feature the work of local zine art vendors along with a spooky art exhibition and a Dia de los Muertos community altar. It's free to attend, and this Halloween-themed event promises to be a scary good time for everyone at the Center for the Arts Eagle Rock. Join the City of Los Angeles Department of Cultural Affairs for Hallowzine on Saturday, November 2nd from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. For more information, visit culture.lacity.gov/events. It's the 19th annual Dia de los Muertos Festival at the 24th Street Theater in Los Angeles. Join Council President Marquise Harris Dawson and Council Member Eunice Hernandez along with the community for this live and local celebration. Enjoy music and dance performances on the outdoor stage. There'll also be face painting, artisan and food booths, altars, a Ferris wheel, and fun for the whole family. The festival begins at 6 p.m. at the 24th Street Theater at 24th and Hoover. There will be street closures, so allow time to park, or better yet, go Metro. The 24th Street Theater's Dia de los Muertos Festival takes place on Saturday, November 2nd at 6 p.m. For more information, see the Community tab at 24thstreet.org. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
Did you know the average LA resident uses about 89 gallons of water each day? Challenge yourself to conserve. Turning off the faucet when you brush saves up to 10 gallons of water. Taking a 5-minute or less shower saves up to 15 gallons of water. Washing only full loads of laundry saves up to 30 gallons of water. And fixing a running toilet can save up to 50 gallons of water. Keep it in mind all day, every day. It's water conservation the LA way.
regularly scheduled meeting of your Los Angeles City Council. Today is Wednesday, the 30th day of October in the year 2024. My name is Marquis Harris-Dawson. I serve as President of the City Council. Public comment will be taken both in person in the Council chamber and via teleconference for today's meeting. Let's begin our proceedings by calling the roll.
Blumenfield, De Leon, Harris-Dawson, Hernandez, Hut, Krikorian, Lee, McOsker, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto, Martinez, Yaroslavsky, 11 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
All right, first order of business.
Approval of the minutes of October 29th, 2024.
Mr. Price moves. Mr. De Leon seconds. Next.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Mr. Blumenfield moves. Mr. McOsker seconds. Next.
Mr. President, I will run through the agenda.
Thank you.
Items 1 through 13 are items for which public hearings have been held. For items 10 and 12, the background check has been completed for the appointments to the Board of Public Works. Items 14 through 27 are items for which public hearings have not been held. For item 26, there is a revised city attorney report and ordinance posted on the council file that made a technical correction for the ordinance approval vote. 10 votes are required for consideration.
All right, those items are now before us. Any specials, members? Specials to my left, Councilmember Hernandez.
Hi, good morning, Council President. Item 5 and 6, special for separate vote.
All right. Mr. De Leon.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Item number 13, special for comments.
Comments on 13?
Yes, sir. And
all right.
Item 22 for an amendment.
All right, item 22 amendment. Do we have the text?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes, I do. Okay. For item number 22, I move that the matter motion relative to funding for services in connection with the Los Angeles City Council's recognition of Fernando Valenzuela Day in November 1, 2024, including the illumination of City Hall, CF 24-1322. Item 22 on today's agenda be amended to change the following amount. Transfer and appropriate $1,462 from the General Purposes Fund number 100/56, account number 0714, CD14, Community Services, to the General Services Fund number 140, account number 1100, Hiring Hall for services in connection with the Los Angeles City Council's recognition of Fernando Valenzuela Day on November 1, 2024, including the illumination of City Hall. And I think we need a second.
Seconded by Councilmember Rodriguez. All right. Seeing no other specials on my left, any specials to my right? Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Thank you. I'd like to call item 12 for comments.
All right, item 12 for comments. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Are you holding 10, 12, 13?
I'm gonna bring them up.
Okay.
So yeah, thank you for that. Councilmember Price.
Out of an abundance of caution, the city attorney has asked me to recuse myself from item 26 because I am a landlord. Additionally, I'm recusing myself from item 1 because my wife's employer had worked with the applicant in the past.
Okay.
26 and 1.
26 and 1.
Thank you.
All right. Next, there are no other specials, members? No other specials? All right. I want to go briefly to items 10, 11, and 12. We have Ms. Jenny Chavez, Ms. Faith Mitchell, Mr. Stephen Kang. If you guys could come to the center table. And these are folks that have been put forward by our mayor and have gone through committee to serve as commissioners on our Board of Public Works. And so I'd ask each of you, beginning with you, Mr. King, if you could just say, introduce yourself and let us know why you're willing to serve our city in such an important capacity.
Good morning, Council President and honorable council members. My name is Steve King, and I'm honored and humbled to be in front of you being considered to join the Board of Public Works for the City of Los Angeles. For the past 10 years, I have really endeavored to bridge the divide between neighborhoods and government services to uplift and amplify the voices of the most underrepresented members of our community. At the Koreatown Youth and Community Center, KYCC, I have firsthand experience of the services provided by the Board of Public Works, where we plant trees and remove graffiti in 5 different council districts. I strongly believe that the Board of Public Works will play a pivotal role in ensuring the most efficient and successful sporting events, but also creating world-class infrastructure that all Angelenos deserve. I'm excited to bring both my professional and lived experience of having served diverse communities to streamline public infrastructure projects, improve customer service experience, and enhance communication with all members of our community. And if granted the opportunity to serve, I hope to learn and partner with each and every one of you to provide the best concierge service to all Angelenos. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You're up.
Good morning, council members. I want to thank you for this opportunity to appear before you today. My name is Faith Mitchell. I'm a longtime member of the Crenshaw Manor community in CD10. I'm honored by the mayor's appointment and confidence in my ability and that of my fellow commissioners to contribute to the well-being and quality of life for all Angelenos as commissioner for the Board of Public Works. I am and have been a public servant, both professionally and on a volunteer basis. I recently retired after 15 years of being an administrative law judge for the Unemployment Insurance Appeals Board, hearing unemployment and disability cases for the state. As an attorney, I represent Caltrans, cities, and other public entities in civil litigation involving public tort liability, eminent domain, personnel, labor, and other matters. I served as a member of the steering committee for the Friends for Expo, which advocated for, planned, and designed Expo Light Rail from downtown Los Angeles to the beach of Santa Monica. I served on the Area Planning Commission for South LA under 2 administrations. I was the co-chair for the Neighborhood Watch for over 15 years, where most of our work included planning meetings with our senior lead officers with LAPD and also making sure that people were aware of how to access city services. I look forward to continuing my public service journey, working together with my fellow commissioners to ensure that the community is well represented and customer service is performed at all levels under the purview of the department. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
Ms.
you,
Chavez.
Mr. President, council members. Good morning. My name is Jenny Chavez, and I'm deeply honored to be here today for this incredible opportunity to serve as a commissioner on the Board of Public Works. I've had the privilege of working and knowing many of you from my over 20 years of public service to this city, including a decade as a council chief of staff. And because of that experience, I know firsthand the challenges that we collectively face as a city during these especially difficult times. Moreover, I understand how delivering core city services will always remain a top concern for every single one of your offices. When we have constrained budgets, as we do now, it's more important than ever to work together to ensure we're using our limited resources as efficiently as possible. As we look ahead to hosting major events in 26 and 28, when the world's eyes will be on us, we must zero in on seizing this opportunity to improve our public infrastructure, because that will be our lasting legacy to the communities that we serve and the next generation of Angelenos long after the events have come and gone. Again, thank you for this incredible opportunity. I look forward to working with each and every one of you to create a Los Angeles that not only meets the needs of today, but brings a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I want to open it up to members. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you very much. And first of all, congratulations on being nominated to, I think, the best post in the city of Los Angeles. I said the same thing to John during his appointment. But I think collectively, I want to, I had an opportunity to meet with you, both Faith and Steve. And I said to Jenny, I don't need to meet with Jenny because I know Jenny knows this job better than anybody. And I'm really proud to see the composition of the individuals that were selected and nominated for this role. Because I think, Steve, coming from KYCC, we talked about this, as a service provider in an area that is heavily relied upon to deliver those services beyond what the city family can provide. I think it's an important context. I think, Faith, from your experience with Caltrans, as we talked about, when we're dealing with very challenging, squabbles over who's on first with Caltrans and dealing with our issues around right-of-ways, it's going to be a very important historical context that I think will help build on some of the important collaborations we need to have with our state agencies and other agencies. But Jenny, I want to take a special moment and point of personal privilege, because as the only Latina on this board, and seeing sadly that we've lost representation, I think we've only, through your appointment, we've really emboldened representation. And I'm so proud that your daughters are here to witness this. I've gotten to see them grow up a little bit, but I think it's really an important moment because you represent us all so well. And I think you're going to do a phenomenal job. I think you are clearly, you know your stuff. And you are going to be an incredible leader on this board to ensure that all Angelenos get the services equitably and the most efficiently, because you know how the system is built and how it works. And I know you're going to be a great collaborator with the members of this council, but you're also going to be a great collaborator with our city departments who deserve to be seen and respected and to get support at a very critical time when resources are so limited. So thank you to Mayor Bass. Again, representation matters. And I think your history in service to the city of Los Angeles is well known, well respected, and congratulations to all of you on this very important nomination.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Rodriguez. Councilmember Yaroslavsky.
Thank you, Council President. I'm very much looking forward to working with all three of you and getting to know you both better, Ms. Chavez and Ms. Mitchell. Steve and I have worked together for several years, and I'm really looking forward to working with you in this new role. I've had the opportunity to work closely with Steve through his role at the Koreatown Youth and Community Center, where he's been a really key partner with my team in so many ways. KYCC is a really vital part of our city, offering everything from affordable housing and youth programs to mental health support and environmental services. Steve's been at the heart of these efforts. I'm a little sad for KYCC and our district, but I know that you're going to do great things in this new role. What I admire most about Steve is how naturally he brings people together, whether it's connecting the Koreatown community with city resources or helping address critical needs across Los Angeles. He's always there, finding ways to bridge divides, build trust, and make our city more inclusive. Steve's commitment to his community and his incredible ability to make people feel seen and supported is what really sets you apart. I couldn't be more excited to see what we're going to do together next. So congratulations, Steve. Thank you for everything you've done and will continue to do, and we're really lucky to have all three of you in this role. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Price.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to thank the three of you for stepping up to the plate, really making a commitment to do the right thing. I certainly know Faith. I don't know Jenny or Steve. I know you by reputation. But I know that collectively you guys have the kind of commitment and spirit to really serve this community. You know, Public Works is really about serving our residents at the basic level. And so we've got a diverse board. I think it's going to be really reflective. Faith, I know you're certainly familiar, not just with the 10th District where I think you live, but through South LA. And so you're going to continue to be a strong advocate and a witness and someone whom we can count on and call upon. And so to all of you, we say thank you. We appreciate, again, your commitment, your willingness to serve. We know you've got the training, experience, and background to really deliver for the citizens of Los Angeles, and we look forward to joining you in that effort. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Price. Mr. McCosker.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I want to commend the mayor and the mayor's team for putting together such a fine slate of recommendations for this important commission. I commend all of you. I know one of you very well, and that's Jenny Chavez. Jenny goes so far back. She worked in the 1-5 before it was called the 1-5. She goes back to CD15. She goes back to the Port of LA. I've seen Jenny's work over the years. She is an exceptional professional, and I'm quite confident from paper and from my colleagues' testimony that all three of these candidates are exceptional candidates. And so, again, I commend the mayor. I thank my colleagues for having such a depth of knowledge and experience with these three commissioners, and I look forward to working with you often in the future.
Councilmember Hernandez. Thank you, Mr. McCosker.
Thank you, Council President. Congratulations to all three of you. Steve, it's been a pleasure working with you and your team at KYCC on all the things, right? Planting the trees, picking up the trash, power washing, graffiti removal. But not only that, you have our Family Source Center there, and y'all have been doing a phenomenal job there. So I know that you were another commissioner in a different location, but this role is one that I'm very excited for you to hold because you already have such good experiences and history of bringing different districts together, working in many different locations throughout the city. So you know what our city looks like. And I think that's really important for the role that you're about to take. So I'm really excited. Again, congratulations to all three of you. And I'm looking forward to seeing how you move. Thank you so much.
Councilmember Krikorian.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning. I, too, want to rise in strong support of these nominees and thank the mayor for excellent selections of a combination of expertise that I think the board will be very much enriched by. I just wanted to raise an issue and hear some of your thoughts on this. And I know I don't expect anybody to have very specific proposals at this point, but just general thoughts. Our public infrastructure we're simply not investing what we need to in keeping up the public infrastructure. The city sees that. We haven't been able to keep up with sidewalk repair as a glaring example. And former council member Buscaino and I spent many years working on developing a comprehensive sidewalk repair program that was consistent with the Willett settlement, and yet still, after all of that effort, we're not seeing the progress that we should be seeing because of costs. And so another example would be our inability to keep up with the consequences of theft. And you know, the wire that's being stolen out of all of our streetlights on a daily basis and other parts of our infrastructure is crippling our public infrastructure, and we don't seem to have the resources necessary to keep up with that. So I'd like to get your general thoughts about how we might operate more cost efficiently, how we might find some more innovative solutions to these sorts of problems so that we don't have to continue to shrug our shoulders and tell our constituents, I'm really sorry, we know that we need to do that, but we just have this or that barrier. Not enough people, can't keep up with theft, it costs too much, whatever. Are there ways that we can approach this thinking in a different way to ensure that we're delivering the kind of public infrastructure that the people of Los Angeles deserve?
Sure. Thank you, Councilmember, for that question. I come from a direct social service nonprofit background, KYCC, where we don't just partner with the city of Los Angeles to solve these types of issues, but we partner with all stakeholders, whether they're small businesses, community groups, faith-based organizations. So I think it's impossible for me to promise that the city is able to deliver on all of our pledges and promises. And with limited resources, with the budget deficit, I think all of us are very much cognizant of that reality. So I think we do have to think outside the box. How can the city better partner with our CBOs, like the agency that I work for currently, and bring in other partners to form these private-public partnerships? Because I don't think the residents of this Los Angeles can no longer just wait on the city, but I think we do need to create those partnerships to ensure those success. So thank you.
The one thing I'd like to add to that as well is, you know, we need to think long-term. We are so much in a crisis response that we don't really get a chance to step back and look at long-term, what we need to be addressing. The reality is that we're paying for this, whether we want to or not. We're paying a lot of settlement money with the broken infrastructure that we have that is causing an incredible amount of liability. We need to take a more risk management approach about how we spend our dollars that we have to spend, reluctantly. Wouldn't we rather be proactively spending that? And I know we've been talking about this for years. I'm really looking forward to bearing down, working with our community partners, working with the council offices, working with all of you so that collectively we can, actually move the ball forward on some of these ideas that frankly have been around a long time, right? Long-term capital improvement plans, investing, fast tracking the sidewalk repair programs. We've tried them a lot of different times. I think now is the time to do more with less because, the money is not just going to come in. So I'm really looking forward to tackling these problems head on with my colleagues. I think we're all really excited to, just get there and get to work.
Thank you for the question, and I think it's very interesting because I'm probably the only member of the board who has actually tried those dangerous condition cases against public entities, and even though it's been some time, it just means that the price has gone up. It's difficult because we all look at the conditions of our streets, our sidewalks. My big beef now is tree trimming because the branches are so heavy, they're just falling. And I'm concerned that my 101-year-old neighbor who walks 5 or 6 times a day with her walker might be injured by one of those branches that unexpectedly fall, whether she's in the street or on the sidewalk. So I think what we need to do is, and I'm sure lots of other public entities have the same issue, it doesn't matter whether it's state, federal, or local, have the same issue. When we talk about copper wire, maybe there's a different thing in terms of conductivity. But copper right now is the best. But maybe there's some innovation going on, some scientific lab or think tank or whatever, to sit back here and replace that so that it doesn't have the value. The other thing is the economic situation as to why people do that. So maybe we need to look at economic growth in terms of how people work or find work, or how they find value so that they can afford to live in the city of Los Angeles. There's a lot of riding on all of those things, and we have to, as my colleagues have said, think out the box and try to figure out how to address those concerns, because it's not just none of those things happen in a vacuum. So we need to really take a wholesome approach and look at every aspect of it and what's causing it and how we can improve it. And it's going to be paid either way. It's going to be paid in terms of how much in injuries, what the damages are, or it's going to be paid in terms of actually fixing the problem because the costs go up every single year.
Thank you so much, members, and thank you to our future commissioners, including Mr. Grant out in the audience. As members have said, we're so grateful to you for the service to the city that you have done and what you're committing to do today once we take this vote and send it back to the mayor. And I'll just leave with you two things which I'm sure are on all of your minds. Liability, which we face a tremendous amount and are going to have to struggle with over the coming weeks and months. And the 2028 Summer Olympic Games, which is the culmination of a series of events where this city is inviting the world to our front porch to enjoy and engage in activities. And so we have to present the city in the best way possible. And so again, thank you so much for your service, and we all look forward to casting an aye vote for your nomination to our Board of Public Works. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for our commissioners. People are gonna talk, and then we're gonna vote later, so you guys can hang out or not anywhere you like. But thank you so much for being with us this morning. Before we go through the items that are available for us to vote on, I want to recognize my good friend and former colleague, the mighty Joe Buscaino of the San Pedro, who's with us today in endorsement of at least one or more of our commissioners. All right, Clerk, what's before us at this time?
Mr. President, the council may now take up items 2 through 4, 7 through 9, as well as 10 through 12.
All right. Those items are now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right. Congratulations, commissioners. You've been confirmed by the Los Angeles City Council. What's next?
Mr. President, would the council like to take up items 5 and 6, called special by Councilmember Hernandez, for a separate vote?
All right. Items 5 and 6. Those items are before us. Mr. Hernandez, did you want to speak on these items? No speak. All right. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes, 1 no.
All right. What's next?
Mr. President, would council like to take up item 13, called special by Councilmember De Leon, for comments?
All right. Let's go to item number 13. Mr. De Leon.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Colleagues, today we have an opportunity to make a decision that is not just about zoning. It's about fighting a 60-year-long unjustified project that displaced the community of El Sereno, the 90032, in City Council District 14. Since 1958, under Caltrans ownership, 260 properties have been left vacant at times, causing homes that were once filled with thriving families to be left to deteriorate and decay. Now, when I served as a California State Senator, I was the last nail in the coffin for the termination of the 710 project. But by 2018, when the 710 expansion was finally terminated, the community of El Sereno, as well as Rose Hill, University Hills, as well as Hillside Village, the community of El Sereno had developed a great sense of distrust in Caltrans and government in general. In 2021, I used my discretionary funds to work with the El Sereno community to create a neighborhood vision plan, because I could see that Caltrans, frankly, was not stepping up to the plate. This community-driven process revealed that the top priority of the committee is to preserve the neighborhood's single-family affordable residential character. Because 50% of the properties in the 710 corridor are actually privately owned, I do have great concern that developers are circling right now, eager to exploit this moment. The 128 privately owned parcels do not have an affordability covenant. Developers will purchase single-family homes and push out the community, quite frankly. If we zone these parcels as multi-family developers, we'll then demolish these homes and build multi-family properties at market rates or even higher. We simply cannot allow this to happen. We must protect the residents that are the lifeline of this community. I partner with housing nonprofits like New Economics for Women and Habitat for Humanity, San Gabriel Valley, to support projects that maintain the characteristics of the neighborhood while providing more affordable housing options. Just last week, I gave $400,000 to New Economics for Women to provide 31 units of affordable housing to women and their children who are survivors of domestic violence. I also want to thank Craig Weber from Planning Department, Ulises Gonzalez, Oliver, Netburn, Quetzali, Enrique, and the Los Angeles City Planning Department for working with my office, as well as hosting multiple community meetings to find a solution that is of great service to the overall El Sereno community. Colleagues, we need to make a decision today that does not disenfranchise a community that is 75% Latino. This is action. I know in this body we talk about this issue a lot, gentrification, we talk about affordable housing, a lot of theoreticalness, but nothing actually that has any real teeth that engages on the issue of stopping this. If you don't believe me, right now, I have half of Lincoln Heights. I'm witnessing Lincoln Heights and the market forces of gentrification as we speak in real time. We're witnessing it right now and experiencing it right now in Highland Park. Look at what Echo Park is today, what it was back in the day. Market forces are real and they're so much more powerful. This is teeth right here to make sure that we can keep the fabric of our communities intact together, not allowing market forces. And like I've said before, I love a French slow drip coffee, but not at the risk and not at the expense of working families who are being pushed out of their neighborhoods every single day. And we're left with no tools at all whatsoever, because once again, the market forces are so much more powerful than all of us together. I urge you to all vote yes on item 13 so we can move forward with a plan that preserves and empowers the community of El Sereno. Mr. President, as well as colleagues, I respectfully ask for an aye vote.
Thank you so much, Mr. De Leon, and I invite you to South LA Coffee, where the community can make our own slow drip coffee without the accompanying gentrification. All right, this item is before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
All right, thank you, Mr. De Leon. What's next?
Mr. President, with the council, I'd like to take up item number 1, called special by Councilmember Price, to be recused.
All right, as Mr. Price is recusing, I want to call on Mr. Soto Martinez.
I please be registered as a no vote for item 5 and 6, please.
All right, that doesn't change the outcome, so we can record Mr. Soto Martinez as a no vote on that item.
Will do. The
All right.
clarified vote will be 11 ayes and 2 noes.
All right. So Mr. Price is recused, so which item is before us?
Item number 1, sir.
All right, on item number 1, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Mr. President, I believe the council may now move on to public comment.
All right, let's read the rules for public comment into the record and proceed.
As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466, and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press *9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press *6 to unmute.
To people providing public comment, when it is your turn to speak, either at the podium or on the phone, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You will have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you're on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to this next speaker. The items open for public comment are items 14 through 27. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment, which will be held at the end of the meeting. We'll take general public comment when you're doing the agenda items. Members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else in the city subject matter jurisdiction. For members of the public calling in, when it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will prompt you to press *6 to unmute yourself. If you do not do so, council staff will prompt you once more. At that point, you need to immediately unmute yourself, or you'll unfortunately forfeit your time, and we will move on to the next speaker. Finally, because of a brief time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast, 2 things are important. First, while you're waiting for your turn to speak, keep one ear to the phone so you hear in real time when it's your turn to press *6. Second, if you're listening to the meeting on other devices, please turn down the volume on those devices immediately when it's your turn to speak. Between the time delay and feedback, it will cause a great deal of confusion if you continue to listen to other devices.
Monica Mu, Stacy Segarra Bollinger, Aiko Little Lakota, David Kashayan, Fred Sutton, Maria Laudes.
Speaker, please remind us of the items you'd like to speak to.
We'll just say all items and general public comment.
Okay, that's 14 through 27. You'll have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you. I'll start with the items 14 through 19, our motions to conclude REAP, rent escrow account program. Its motivation to give landlords accountability, but when they do their job, if there's a job to do, the tenant ends up getting screwed, paying what is due. They keep on paying when they go through violations of the lease that they're signed to. Now I'll speak to the motion on item 20, brought to us by Tracy and Staffer B. They want to light the building because of victory. The Dodgers, they won the game they play. Let's do something else with our money instead of these stupid lights. Council, let's do something else. Please listen when we say it's not right. Let's move on to the motion on item 22. Let's move on to item 22. The lights are gold, or they're rose, or they're really any color, because who knows what we're lighting City Hall for. Light it up for Venezuela Day. Light it up all night, and it's the people who will pay until we stop funding these motions that are not for a necessary function. The city needs to stop now. We need the funding for the living, not more funding for the bidding. The city's in massive debt, we said. How do we get council to spend some time on some things that matter? How do we get across to you the truth that we say? Let's do something else with our money instead of these stupid lights. Council, let's do something else. Please listen when we say it's not right. I believe that item 26 is an amendment regarding tenant harassment, maybe just a little misguided. So before you move this council file, think about all the reasons why we need these kinds of laws, because it's not right. So let's do something else to get this city right. Council, let's do something else. We need housing to be a right, a human right. That was Semi-Charmed Life for anyone who doesn't know. I'll move on to general public comment now. You know, sometimes I don't work very hard on these songs, and sometimes I do. Sometimes I spend a lot of time on them. Sometimes I spend only a little time on them. I wish that I could count on seats being full of paid electives actively listening, not just when I'm up here, but when other people are speaking. I want to go back to something I mentioned in my little song on the items, which is that we're spending a lot of money to light up City Hall because the Dodgers are winning and are in the World Series, and that's great, but the Dodgers are a privately owned entity. They're not a public entity, and this body is spending a lot of time celebrating the Dodgers, and I wish you would do that on y'all's own time. Use your own money to have a party when the city is going into debt and is lacking basic services and quality services. You guys throwing a party for yourselves because you're happy that your team is winning is very corrupt, and you guys did a better job at listening.
Speaker, you need to move to the podium if you're planning to give public comment.
Ma'am, may I get some accommodations? I'm trying to accommodate my child. Can you please wait?
Speaker, you know the deal. You're here every day. Okay, you can forfeit your time and we can move on to the next speaker.
So,
which items would you like to speak to?
all items and non-agenda public comment, which is 4 total fucking minutes.
You'll have 3 minutes for the items. Please start with the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Resolution for LAHD, fuck item 14. As far as item 15, fuck item 15. as far as I'm concerned about resolution in the case number 840885, fuck item 16 and fuck item 17, diddle diddle. In regards to item 18 in CD1 off of Toberman, fuck rent escrow and fuck item 18. And on top of item 18 regarding LA Housing Development Report recommendations, fuck LA Housing and fuck LA County like you. And then on item 20, fuck item 20 on Motion Park and Lee. And then fuck item 21, Hernandez and Lee. Doesn't that rhyme? Absolutely. Now I'm on time. Look at 22, you fool. I'm not talking about De Leon, because we're all going to vote for Kevin De Leon. But as far as Rodriguez, she's such a tyrant. She doesn't know how to speak in public safety as far as I can see. Oh, look at 23 in CD3. Fuck 23 for all I'm concerned. Look at 24. Fuck number 24. I got all the time in the world to say fuck this, fuck that, and fuck you. After all, the word fuck is just a word. Then let me go to item 25. Oh, FORLAR, Mountain Recreations and Conservation Authority. That's probably the only goddamn thing you did for housing. That's the only goddamn thing you did for housing. So when you remind yourselves to vote for Kevin De Leon, November 5th, you've done something goddamn good. As far as I'm concerned, you want to vote for Kamala. Kamala has no interest in giving you food, clothes, or a goddamn rent. Then on item 26, Madam Attorney, because as you see, fuck item 26. And as I'm down to my 52 seconds, on item 27, American Beverage Foundation, once again, here we are asking and authorizing the Tobacco and Arms to investigate you for the sales of alcohol beverages. It's not a necessity. Do any of you want alcohol as a necessity? Do any of you care about it? No. All we care about is our goddamn fucking rent and fuck rent control. We want to be like Soto Martinez, a goddamn asshole on what? Soto Chavez Day, 42 U.S.C. 1983. Fuck Chavez and fuck Soto. Now into my general public comment.
You have 1 minute.
1 minute. 1 minute I could say a lot of things, but for the world to understand, if you continue to vote for Kamala Harris and that broken fucking promise of free food, free clothes, and free rent, you're not going to get it. And if you want high-paying skilled jobs, you're not going to get it. Wetbacks like me, mojado como yo, no gane más de menos el mínimo de ganar. No hay futuro. ¿Dónde está la pinche 50 y 90 dólares por hora para comprar mi comida, pagar mi ropa y pagar para mi pinche vida aquí en los Estados Unidos? Chinga tu madres, viva Pancho Villa, vamos a vivir, sigue, 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 chinga, 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 tú, madre.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Good morning. David Gaishen with the Apartment Association of Greater Los Angeles, speaking on item 26 on general public comment, please.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute for each.
Thank you. The proposed changes to this ordinance will cause serious damage to the vast majority of positive relationships between rental housing providers and their renters. The required damage awards are astronomical for even a single first-time offense. As a result, small owners will no longer be able to take the risk of even talking to their renters to work out amicable resolutions when rent is slightly late or disagreements occur between two or more renters, or repairs need to be scheduled, or other common daily living issues. This will cast an absolute chill on any communication between owners and renters, as small owners will live in fear of false claims of anti-harassment and simple misunderstandings. Rental housing providers will no longer be able to talk with their renters to find out about temporary hardships or explore creative solutions for managing day-to-day living challenges. With these changes, the City Council is sentencing renters and rental housing providers to live under Cold War conditions instead of friendly, cooperative, and open dialogue for amicable resolutions. We are not saying that harassment should be condoned or dismissed. What we are saying is that there has to be recognition that damages cannot be set as high to be financially devastating, especially to small owners who will then be forced to sell their buildings to satisfy those awards. Nor can a single misstep warrant complete financial destruction of a mom-and-pop owner. We urge the City Council to return to the original language, allowing discretion by the court to consider appropriate damages on a case-by-case basis and weighing the ability of individual owners to pay such damages. At a minimum, we would urge the City Council to construct a tiered system of damages to properly recognize that small owners with 20 or fewer units cannot stay in business providing naturally occurring affordable housing when faced with such astronomical damage awards. What may deter a corporation will destroy a mom and pop. Thank you.
Before the next speaker begins, I will call more names. Sochi Manzanilla, Rosa Vargas, Sonia Verdugo, Sylvia Moroccan, Kyle, Karen Ramirez.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under or which items you'd like to speak to.
Item 28 in general public comment.
There's no item 28. Do you mean?
I'm sorry, 26.
Okay, you'll
Thank
have 1
you.
minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment.
Honorable council members, thank you for all you do. Fred Sutton with the California Apartment Association. CAA has tried to be constructive, offer constructive feedback on the Tahoe amendments. Out of 33 changes, we highlighted concerns on 7 and pointed out 4 that we believe were major issues that needed to be addressed. The Tahoe is an existing ordinance which underwent a year of stakeholder feedback, significant debate on some of these very same issues. This version before you had no such stakeholder meetings, was amended on the floor of the full council, and then waived out of committee, skipping one of the few opportunities to weigh in on this important issue. The whole point of these revisions is to increase litigation. We are seeking a balanced ordinance that protects both housing providers and residents. Responsible housing providers should not face a cottage industry of lawsuits. We have put forth a letter to all of your offices re-highlighting our concerns in a constructive manner. Unless there are further amendments to address some of these valid concerns, we ask the council to oppose the current draft version. Thank you.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Xochitl Manzanilla, and I'm here today to express my inconformity about what's happening with our communities. The rent is too high. Our communities are working class people, and we cannot keep up with the high cost of rent. Low-income people need rent stabilization. It's not fair, the situation low-income working class people are in. I am personally not okay with the current situation. I am here to support tenants. We need council members to vote yes on Tahoe to keep Angelinos housed and protected, because housing is a human right. I want to thank council members Eunice Hernandez and Hugo Soto Martinez for their continued support. Thank you very much. Gracias.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to. Speaker, which items would you like to speak to?
Buenos días, mi nombre es Rosalba.
Good
Voy a-
morning, my name is Rosalba.
Voy a hablar sobre el artículo 26 o comentario público.
I will be speaking on item number 26 and
Es-
public comment.
You'll have 1 minute for each.
Estoy aquí para pedirles de favor que paren con el incremento de la renta,
I am here to ask you to stop rent increases
ya que cada día es más difícil pagar la renta.
Because every day it's harder and harder to pay rent.
Aparte, el incremento de la renta está motivando a los dueños de vivienda a desalojar a las personas que tienen años viviendo en la propiedad.
And on top of it, the increases in rent are making it so that the landlords want to evict people who have already been living in those properties for many years.
Para ellos poder pagar renta, para ellos poder rentar más caro.
So that they can charge more money.
Por esa razón nos acosan.
And that is the reason that they harass us.
Ese acoso nos afecta nuestra salud mental y física.
And that harassment, it affects both our mental health and our physical health.
En mi caso, tengo 10 años viviendo en la propiedad,
In my case, I've been living there for 10 years.
en los cuales en esos 10 años ha habido 2 dueños.
And in those 10 years, there's been 2 owners.
Y tengo 5 años sufriendo de acoso por los nuevos dueños.
And I have been suffering under harassment for 5 years because of these new owners.
Por favor, apoyen a los más vulnerables. Todo ser humano merecemos tener dónde vivir y qué comer.
Please think about the most vulnerable, support the most vulnerable. All human beings deserve to have a place to live and food to eat.
Paren, por favor, para que no más personas terminemos viviendo en la calle.
Please,
Por favor.
please, so that more people don't end up living on the street, please.
Muchas gracias y que Dios me los bendiga.
Thank you so much, and may God bless you.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Yes, hi, my name is Karen Ramirez. I'm speaking on item 26 and general public comments.
You'll have 1 minute for each.
Thank you. I am a renter in District 9, and I'm also a community organizer for the organization SAGE. And I'm in the front lines of seeing how tenants come into our tenant action clinics with cases of rents being too high for them to be able to afford living in their neighborhoods. And secondly, the tactics that a lot of landlords are using right now with harassment. Some of these tenants come with urgent cases where it could almost be criminal the way that they're being harassed. But unfortunately, we live in a system where the police department and our government officials are not listening to us. We need there to be a rent cap of 3% for people to be able to afford to live in Los Angeles. And we also need stronger tenant protections in terms of harassment. We do have the anti-harassment ordinance right now, but as it stands, it has no teeth. And if you don't make a quick decision about making stronger protections with harassment cases, then we're going to start seeing more people living in the streets, which is totally going against what Mayor Karen Bass is trying to do for Los Angeles. And you as the city council are responsible to hold these landlords accountable and also to be able to take care of the most vulnerable populations, just as my other SAGE member that just showed up earlier today and others that are going to give their testimony here. So please take into consideration everything that we're saying. We're saying this by lived experience. I'm a renter too. My family is also going under harassment. And it shows to come that even if we're the community organizers, we are also being attacked by these differences. And please, if you don't have anything else that you want to do in your term, this is one of the things that you will be remembered as if you vote yes for Tahoe and also for the LARSO at the 3% cap. Thank you and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Before the next speaker begins, I will call a few more names. Christina Boyer, Gloria Machoro, John Fuentes, Edna Monroy, Stefano Medina.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Great, thank you. Hi, my name is Kyle Nelson, and I'm a renter in Council District 5. I'm speaking in favor of Agenda Item 26 and giving general public comment.
You'll have 1 minute for each.
I'm here to urge all of you to vote yes on the amended tenant anti-harassment ordinance. We need a Tahoe ordinance that works, one that protects tenants from harassment and can be enforced by the city. Thank you to Councilmember Rahman for your leadership throughout this process, and to all council members who have supported the amendments. A stronger, enforceable Tahoe ordinance is vital to keeping tenants in Los Angeles safe and housed. Now for general public comment. I urge the City Council to vote on updates to the city's rent stabilization ordinance. These updates include an annual rent increase formula based on 60% of CPI with a limit of 3% and no floor, removal of the utility increase, elimination of additional occupant increase, a formula that applies equally to all landlords regardless of their size. A coalition of more than 100 organizations in Los Angeles supports these updates. An economic roundtable report supports our demands too. Please vote to make rent increases under LARSO as protective as possible to keep tenants housed and to prevent more entrances into homelessness. Thank you.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Hi, my name is Sonia Verdugo, and I'm going to be speaking on item number 26 and general public comment.
You'll have 1 minute for each.
Okay. I'm here to urge the city council members to vote yes on agenda item 26. We need a tenant anti-harassment ordinance that works as intended. Thank you to Councilmember Rahman and for all of your leadership, and thank you to all the council members who have supported the amendments. We ask you to please recommit to voting yes on Tahoe. We need a stronger Tahoe ordinance to keep tenants housed and protected. I also urge the City Council to vote on LARSO updates that will keep our friends and families in their homes. A primary cause of homelessness is rent costs that exceed what tenants can pay. Studies have shown a $100 increase in median rent correlates with a 9% increase in homelessness. A coalition of more than 100 organizations in Los Angeles supports these updates, and the Economic Roundtable report supports our demands too. Please vote to make rent increases under LARSO the most protective of tenants possible. Thank you.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Good morning. I signed up under Stefano Medina. I'd like to give general public comment and then a comment on item number 26.
You'll have 1 minute for each, but please start with item number 26.
Can I start with the general comment? Is that all right?
Please start with the agenda item, please.
Okay, well, on item number 26, I was in eviction court this morning, and I want to tell you guys about what happened there so you understand the urgency behind passing this ordinance as quickly as possible. I represented a tenant in court just a few hours ago who gave up a tenancy of 13 years because the landlord was refusing to accept rental assistance from various sources. She was only behind around $4,000 on her rent. I had rental assistance lined up for my client. She was able and willing to afford the rent moving forward, but she lost her home because the landlord was unwilling to cooperate with the rental assistance application. The tenant anti-harassment ordinance that you're going to vote for today would prohibit that. So I want you to know how important and how urgent this is. This law is going to start helping people right away. For my general public comment, I want to just stress for the elected officials and the policymakers in the room right now, who else is in the room? Because in here, I have several clients. Behind me, I have several clients. I am conferring with my clients while I'm waiting for my name to be called in public comment. There is a lot of expertise. The tenants who are here yesterday, who are here today, are experiencing these issues. I, as an attorney, am here doing policy advocacy, but just a few hours ago, I was using the laws that you pass here today. I want you to understand how much expertise there is in the room. And you know who's not in the room? Of course, the landlords have their advocate, but there isn't a landlord attorney here in the room. Dennis Block is not here in the room. There aren't any landlords who can come here and talk to you about what the eviction process is like for them. None of those people are here in the room. And that's why the advice that you are getting on how important these issues are is overwhelmingly one-sided, because I want you all to understand where the expertise in the room is. Thank you.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Good morning. My name is Christina Boyer. I'm a resident of CD5, an attorney at public counsel, and I'm speaking to item 26 in general public comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute for each. Please start with the agenda item.
Thank you. First, I would like to urge all city council members to vote yes on agenda item 26. We need a tenant anti-harassment ordinance that works as intended. Thank you to Councilmember Rahman for all your leadership, and thanks to all the council members who have supported our amendments. We ask you to please recommit to voting yes on Tahoe. We need a stronger Tahoe ordinance to keep tenants housed and protected. In that spirit, I'm also here to urge council to adopt the strongest possible updates to our rent stabilization ordinance, LARSO, which has an annual allowable rent increase formula that hasn't been updated in nearly 40 years. LARSO must be updated as soon as possible. Otherwise, a majority of RSO tenants will receive rent increases in February based on a LARSO that is severely outdated and doesn't reflect tenants' realities today, as shown by the study of the Economic Roundtable. That study showed the majority of tenants are rent burdened and vulnerable to displacement. In fact, it found over half of renters in poverty spend more than 90% of their income in rent. It further found that LARSO's 3% floor is unique among RSOs and has allowed rent to increase beyond inflation for decades. That LARSO's 8% cap is higher than a majority of RSOs in California by several percentage points. That the utility bump in LARSO far exceeds the cost of landlords providing those utilities, costing RSO tenants an extra $12 million a year. And that there is not evidence that small landlords are struggling more compared to their corporate counterparts and should not have an alternate formula. LARSO, as it stands, is tilted towards landlords, and this study shows we can and should make LARSO the most protective of tenants as possible, urgently. When LARSO is agendized, I urge the city to adopt a LARSO with an annual rent increase formula based on 60% of CPI with a 3% cap and no floor, remove the utility bump, remove the additional occupant increase, and that all landlords have the same formula. Every percentage makes a difference between someone staying in their homes or being displaced. Thank you.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Buenos días. Mi nombre es Gloria Machorro y voy a hablar del artículo 26 y comentario público.
Señora, ¿podría repetir su nombre?
Gloria Machorro.
My name is Gloria Machoro. ¿Y de qué punto va a hablar?
Del artículo 26 y comentario público.
And I'm going to talk about 26 and general public comment.
You'll have 1 minute for each.
Tiene un minuto.
Okay. Yo vivo en el Distrito 8 desde hace 26 años con mis hijas y ahora estamos siendo desalojadas por el nuevo dueño.
Señora, ¿podría pausar cuando habla para que le pueda traducir?
¿Perdón?
¿Podría pausar en sus oraciones para que le pueda traducir?
Ok.
¿Continúe?
Ok. Repito. Yo vivo en el Distrito 8 desde hace 26 años.
I live in District 8 for 26 years now.
Vivo con mis hijas y ahora estamos siendo desalojadas por el nuevo dueño.
I live with my daughters and now I've been evicted by the new owner.
Nos está desalojando porque quiere subir las rentas.
He's evicting us because he wants to increase the rental price.
Y estamos sufriendo un acoso impresionante.
And we are suffering under an amazing amount of harassment.
2 veces han mandado gente a querer entrar al apartamento sin permiso.
They've sent people twice to come in and try to take the apartment without permission.
Y eso nos está causando ataques de pánico.
That's causing us panic attacks.
Y estrés emocional.
And it's just emotional. It's causing us emotional stress.
Llamamos a la policía y no hacen nada.
We call the police and they don't do anything.
Pienso que deberían de prevenir la violencia antes de y no cuando haya alguna situación de muerte.
I think that violence should be prevented ahead of time instead of waiting until there's a situation where someone loses their life.
Los inquilinos de bajos recursos necesitamos leyes que nos protejan contra el acoso.
Those of us who are renters, low-income renters, we need laws that protect us against harassment.
Yo necesito que alguien de la oficina del Distrito 8 me escuche porque ya no me siento segura en mi casa.
I need someone from District 8 to listen to me because I don't feel safe at my home anymore.
También necesitamos que paren los aumentos en las rentas.
We also need the increases in rent to stop.
Porque se han duplicado y yo no puedo pagar tanto.
They've duplicated and I can't pay that.
Gracias por su atención y espero que puedan hacer algo por nosotros.
Thank you for your time and I hope that you can do something for us.
Before the next speaker begins, I will call more names. Laurez de la Cruz, Luis Astorellas, Lucy Maria Briones, Jennifer Fay, J. Chu.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Yes, hi, I'm here to speak on item 26 in general public comment.
You'll have 1 minute for each.
First and foremost, I want to thank all the council members that have supported us in passing a stronger tenant anti-harassment ordinance. We are almost there. Tenants still need accountability from their landlords, and we need to ensure that tenants feel protected and free from landlord harassment. So I want to encourage you all to please support us and vote yes on Tahoe 2.0. Then we need to send that over to the mayor's desk, and then we need to start implementing this law. So thank you. The other thing, for general public comment, we need to update this LARSO formula. It's been over 40 years. Landlords have been getting away with unlawful rent increases that further pushes people into the streets because they simply cannot afford to live in LA City. LA City should be for all Angelinos, not just for those that can afford it. Please amend this LARSO ordinance to ensure that the 3% is the maximum and not the floor. Thank you.
Brenda Lee, Mike Hunt, Angela White, Antonia Ramirez, Mia Khalifa, and Jamie Kusick.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
My name is Beautiful Angela, and then I would like to speak on 21, 22, 23, and the Spanish translation. Stop the timer during general public comment.
You'll have 3 minutes
Start
for the
with
items.
number 21. 远处蔚蓝天空下涌动着金色的麦浪，就在那里曾是你和我爱过的地方。当微风带着收获的味道吹向我脸庞，想起你轻柔的话语曾打湿我眼眶，噜噜噜噜噜，啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦啦。我们曾在田野里歌唱，在冬季盼望，却没能等到那阳光下这秋天的景象。Number 22. 剪一段时光缓缓流淌，流进了月色中微微荡漾，弹一首小河淡淡的香， 美丽的轻音就落在我身旁，萤火虫点亮夜的星光。谁为我添一件梦的衣裳？推开那扇心窗，远远地望，谁摘下那一朵昨日的忧伤？我像只鱼儿在你的荷塘，只为和你守候那皎白月光。游过了四季，荷花依然香，等你宛在水中央。23曾因是又在過年那數詩片段，害怕記憶在考算。播起那頓河船，叫世舊又見面，回望過去成昨天，在天稍稍跟去，心裏囤着過年願見。望見天空星灰深，一瞬錯斷眼淚路邊，重現那盡笑聲，再現那段美景，你我之間大雨點，但願上天作證，望昨日再重現。General public comment. Kevin De Leon apoya a la policía.
¿Puede repetirse, señor?
Kevin De Leon apoya a la policía.
Kevin De Leon is in support of the police.
Isabel odia a la policía.
Isabel hates the police.
Amamos a la policía.
We love the police.
Necesitamos votar por Kevin De Leon.
We need a vote for Kevin De Leon.
Kevin De Leon hace que nuestro vecindario sea seguro.
Kevin De Leon makes our neighborhood safe.
Kevin De Leon protege nuestro techo.
Kevin De Leon protects our roof.
Kevin De Leon ayuda a las personas sin hogar.
Kevin De Leon helps people without homes.
Kevin De Leon siempre responde el teléfono.
Kevin De Leon always answers the phone.
Kevin De Leon siempre aparece cuando la comunidad lo necesita.
Kevin De Leon always shows up when the community needs him.
No podemos vivir sin Kevin De Leon.
We can't live without Kevin De Leon.
Queremos a Kevin De Leon por otros 8 años más.
We want Kevin De Leon for another 8 years.
Kevin De Leon es el mejor miembro del consejo.
Kevin De Leon is the best council member.
Kevin De Leon es un gran líder.
Kevin De Leon is a good leader.
Kevin De Leon es muy guapo y lo amamos.
He is very handsome and we love him.
Sonia Rodriguez, Tomasa, Yasser Val C, Sonia Ho,
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Number 26 in public comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute for each.
Thank you. My name is Maria Briones. I'm a member of ACE, and I live in the 8th district. First of all, I want to thank you, thank all the council members that supported us on the Tahoe amendments. And I just want to make sure that that gets voted today. It is an emergency. It is an urgency. There's a lot of people that is out on the street. We don't need any more people on the street. I am one of the unhoused people, and that's why I'm here today on my birthday. Why am I advocating? Because I don't want to see any more people on the street. I don't want to see families with small children living in cars and eating whatever that they can get from people. It is inhumane. We need the ordinance to be voted today ASAP. We also need the support for LARSO. Rent control, please, it is exacerbating the amount of money they're getting charged for.
1 minute.
That we're getting charged for rent. I haven't been able to find a place that I can afford. I'm a street vendor, and there's no way I'm going to be able to pay $1,000 or $2,000 for an apartment. We need rent control. We need also the protections for the tenants. Tenants are suffering enough. I think the prices that they're trying to charge is not fair enough for us to be suffering hell, to go to hell, and to be not be able to sleep at night, to be scared of even someone knocking on our door. That is not fair. It's inhumane. This is too much for us. Please do support us on LARSO and also on Tahoe. Thank you very much.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Hi, my name is Val C., and I'm here to speak on agenda item 26 and to leave a general public comment.
You'll have 1 minute for each. Please start with the item.
Thank you. I'm here today to urge every city council member to vote yes on agenda item 26. We need a robust, effective Tahoe ordinance that truly protects tenants. And I want to say a special thank you to the council member Rahman for leading the charge and to all those who have supported these crucial amendments. Please recommit to voting yes on a stronger Tahoe ordinance that ensures our community members stay housed and secure. I'm also here to urge every one of you to vote in favor of stronger tenant protections. As a LARSO tenant, I know firsthand the impact of raising rents and additional occupant fees. These increases prevent people like me from supporting loved ones or taking in family members who need help. We need policies that genuinely protect tenants and keep people housed. The proposed updates, like capping annual rent increases at 3% based on 60% of the consumer price index, eliminating the utility and additional occupant bumps, and applying these standards across all property owners will keep families in their homes. Over 100 organizations and the Economic Roundtable report support these changes, showing they're critical for stability in our community. And also, I just want to rebut the person who spoke earlier. We're not looking to increase litigation. That's not our language. That's their speak. We just want to defend our basic human rights to a clean and safe home environment, free from landlord harassment and intimidation. Let's please ensure that these protections apply universally. And if relief is necessary, it should come from city programs, not from tenants' pockets. Please vote yes on Tahoe and protect LARSO tenants. Thank you.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Yasser, public comment.
You'll have 1 minute.
My name is Yasser, and I'm a Section 8 tenant at Hillside Via. I'm still facing eviction along with other Section 8 tenants. Even though CD1 gave the landlord $15 million to keep people housed. We still owe rent from the pandemic, along with interest included. Why was the money to the landlord, which was approved in April for $15 million, distributed a month ago, when the money through the ERAP program for $250,000, which was also approved back in April, still hasn't been dispersed? Why is there more urgency to fulfill the landlord's side of the deal, but the same urgency is not shown to low-income families that are actually at risk of being homeless? This $250,000 will help prevent around 40 families from being on the streets. I'm talking about money that's already approved. So CD1 and LAHD, what exactly are we waiting for?
Tiffany Hinyard, Mike Hawk, Miss Villaneva, Patricia Cox,
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Tomasa Martínez, estoy aquí apoyando a Tajo. Una fórmula
My name is
de
Tomás.
aumento
Señora, ¿podría repetirse y darme espacio entre sus oraciones para que le pueda traducir? Gracias.
Estoy aquí apoyando a Tajo.
I'm here to support Tahoe.
Una fórmula de aumento anual basada en el 60%
A formula of an annual increase of 60%
del IPC con un límite de 3%. Pedimos un aumento del mínimo del 0% al máximo 3%.
of the CPI with a limit of 3% and no floor.
Estoy aquí para votar sí al artículo, para pedirles que voten sí al artículo 26 de la agenda.
I'm here to ask you to vote in favor of Article 26 of the agenda.
Yo vivo en el distrito 14.
I live in District 14.
Pido al consejo que vote sí a la actualización del ARSO. Gracias.
I am asking the council to vote yes on the LARSO updates.
Thank you. Maria Sanchez, Maria Osorio, Edna Monroy, Gloria Machota, Donald Harlan, Carmen Gutierrez.
Speaker,
Hola,
please
buenos
remind
días.
us of the name you signed up under
Mi
and which
nombre
items you'd
es
like
María
to speak to.
Sánchez
My name is Maria Sanchez.
y voy a hablar sobre el artículo 26 en la agenda y también voy a dar comentario público.
I'm going to talk about 26 in the agenda, and I'm also going to give public comment.
You'll have 1 minute for each.
Tiene un minuto para cada uno.
Vivo en el distrito 9. Pido que apoyen la actualización de LARSO.
I live in District 6, District 9, and I'm asking you guys to support the updates for Tahoe.
LARSO,
For
perdón.
LARSO, sorry.
Necesitamos aumento del mínimo del 0% al máximo 3%.
We need an increase from the 0% to the maximum of 60%.
He vivido en mi hogar 15 años, somos familias de bajos recursos y un incremento más del 3% no podré pagar.
I've lived there for many years, and an increase of more than 3% I'm not going to be able to pay.
Por lo que me preocupa que pueda quedar en la calle, que tengo un hijo con necesidades especiales, les pido que apoyen la fórmula CLAG.
I'm worried that I'm going to end up on the street, and I have a child with special needs. So I'm asking you to support this.
Y necesito que nos apoyen al menos con la renta porque estamos pagando mucho y necesitamos porque muchas familias se están quedando en la calle. Gracias por su apoyo y esperamos mucho apoyo de estos concejales. Gracias.
And we're asking you for your support because many families are in danger of ending up on the street, and we're asking you for your support in terms of the rent. Please help us. Thank you.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Oradora, por favor, recuérdenos el nombre en que se apuntó. Perdón, ¿se puede repetirse?
María Osorio.
María Osorio is my name.
Y voy a hablar en el punto 26 de la agenda y comentario público.
And I'm going to talk about 26, and I'm going to give general public comments. ¿Se puede acercar un poquito más al micrófono?
Sí.
You have 1 minute for each.
Okay,
Tiene un minuto para cada uno.
Sí, mi nombre es María Osorio, yo vivo en el distrito 9.
My name is Maria Solo, and I live in District 9.
Soy miembro de ACE y estoy aquí para pedirle a los concejales, ¿verdad?, que voten y apoyen a la ordenanza Larso.
I'm a member of ACE, and I'm here to ask the members of the council to vote for LARSO.
Que de antemano creo yo que ustedes deben de saber que la mayoría de las familias que vivimos de bajos recursos en esos distritos no podemos pagar aumentos de renta. Que lo dejen fijo, por favor, en el 3%.
I think you guys should already know that the families that live there, the low-income families, cannot pay this increase, and that it should be capped at 3%.
Porque yo soy una persona que está ahorita a punto de ser una estadística más de vivienda sin vivienda en la calle.
Because I'm about to be a person who's just another statistic, a person who's homeless on the street.
Soy mamá soltera, tengo 4 niños con necesidades, ¿verdad? Con condiciones de salud.
I'm a single mother. I have 4 kids who have special conditions and they need specific health help.
Yo le quiero pedir a los concejales que están aquí y no quieren votar o se abstienen a votar porque tienen conflicto de interés. ¿Por qué se ponen en ese cargo si saben que no van a poder ayudar a su comunidad? Si para eso agarran ese cargo y la comunidad para eso vota por ellos.
I want to ask those members who don't want to vote in favor of this because maybe they have special interests, why are you here in this seat if you are not here for the purpose to help your community for the job that you were put here to do?
So, yo les quiero pedir de favor que se pongan la mano en su corazón, ya que ellos tienen su vivienda, tienen su trabajo, ganan muy bien, que desempeñen su trabajo y que mantengan a sus familias en sus hogares.
So I want to ask you guys to look into your heart, since you guys live well, you have your homes, you are paid very well, that you think about these families and that you help these families stay in their houses.
Porque es terrible estar en una vivienda donde no duermes por el terror a que lleguen a hacerte algo los dueños.
Because it's horrible living in a place where you can't even sleep because you're so afraid that the owners are going to come in and do something to you.
Ahorita donde yo estoy viviendo me han dividido la base del agua, donde quieren que yo pague el agua.
Where I live, they've divided the base of the water and how they want me to pay the water.
Yo llamé al departamento y ahí no existe nada de cambio y él ya hizo el cambio en la casa. ¿Pueden imaginarse qué terrible es eso para mí, para mis niños, mi familia?
Perdón, ¿se puede repetir la última parte, señora?
Que si se pueden imaginar qué terrible es toda esa situación para mí y mi familia, mis niños.
So can you imagine how hard this is for me and for my family?
Por favor, voten sí, está en sus manos de apoyar a su comunidad, a que sus familias estén en su vivienda. No queremos más familias en las calles, es terrible, por favor. Hagan su trabajo. Muchas gracias.
Please do your job and support these families so there's no more families on the streets. Please, thank you.
Nancy Villanova, Val Marquez, Pam Marquez.
Hello, my name is Carmen Gutierrez, and I am an organizer with the Clean Car Wash Workers Center.
Yes, and which items would you like to speak to?
I'll be speaking on item 26.
You'll have 1 minute.
Hello, everyone. I am urging City Council to vote on LARSO updates that will keep workers and their families in their homes. Los Angeles is the capital of wage theft in the nation. The rippling effects of wage theft and rent being too high leads to housing insecurity and homelessness. Please vote to make rent increases under LARSO the most protective of tenants possible. In addition, I am here to urge all City Council members to vote yes on agenda item 26. We need a tenant anti-harassment ordinance that works as intended. Thank you to council members that supported and for all your leadership. Thanks to council members Hugo Soto Martinez and Eunice. We ask you to please commit to voting yes on Tahoe. We need stronger protections for tenants. and to keep our families housed. Thank you.
Jason Jenkins, Riley Reed, Audit LA, Edna Monroy, Daniel Jimenez.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Eloisa Galindo.
Hello, my name is Luisa Galindo,
Voy a hablar sobre el artículo 26 en la agenda
and I'm going to talk about 26 in the agenda.
y también comentario
You have 1 minute.
público.
Tiene un minuto.
Vivo en el distrito 14.
I live in District 14.
Pido al concejal que apoye la actualización de Tajo.
I'm asking for the members of the council to support the Tahoe updates.
Quisiera yo hablar como miembro de la comunidad y estoy viendo vacías las bancas, falta de respeto,
And
porque
I'm here-
está su comunidad hablando y miren dónde están.
I'm here to talk to you guys as part of your community, and look at the lack of respect. See all these empty seats?
Estoy viendo a Mónica Rodríguez plática y plática, por eso no entiende las necesidades de Tajo.
I'm watching Monica Rodriguez talk, and this is why she doesn't understand the needs of the community.
Otra cosa más, ahorita mismo soy del distrito 14, estoy viendo de parte de un asambleísta en el este de Los Ángeles, lleno los buzones pagados por asociación de apartamentos.
¿Se puede repetir, señora, perdón?
En el este de Los Ángeles, una candidata para asambleísta.
In the east of Los Angeles, a candidate.
¿Ustedes piensan que pagados por asociación de apartamentos van a tener la voz para defender al pueblo?
You think someone from the apartment association is going to have the voice to defend the public?
Hoy pedimos un aumento mínimo del 0%.
Today we're asking for a
1
minimum
minute.
increase of the 0%,
Máximo del 3%.
maximum of 3%.
Ustedes pueden pensar, ay, es que esos vienen y solo piden y piden. No, son la comunidad trabajadora.
You guys can think these people just come and ask for things, but no, we are the people that work.
La comunidad que ayuda a pagar sus impuestos.
The community that helps pay the taxes.
La comunidad que vive con miedo porque va a ser desalojada.
The community that lives with fear of ending up homeless.
Mientras que algunos concejales que están recibiendo dinero de asociación de apartamentos,
All while members of the council that are getting money from the apartment owners association
nunca van a tener la voz para el pueblo,
aren't ever going to speak for the public
porque son los títeres del capitalismo.
because you're puppets for capitalism.
Es un basta. Sean aliados de la gente trabajadora.
Stop that. Ally yourselves with working class
Y
people.
pongan atención cuando vienen a hablar el pueblo de sus necesidades.
And when the public comes to speak about what they need, pay attention.
Por favor, pasen Tajo.
Please pass Tahoe.
Gracias a todos esos concejales que han apoyado a Tajo. Por favor, síganlos apoyando a Tajo. Sigan apoyando a Tajo.
Thank you to all the members that are supporting Tahoe, and please continue to support Tahoe.
Parte de ISA y Padres contra la privatización y de reclamando nuestras escuelas.
We need to fight against the privatization of schools and reclaim them.
Veo todos los días como hay 6% de estudiantes homeless.
I see every day 6% of those students homeless.
Apoyen a Tajo y Larso.
Thank you,
Es hora de
Speaker.
que
Your time is up.
Support Tahoe and Larso.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
I'm out at LA, and I like to speak a little on a bunch of them. I don't know the exact number, so I like all the minutes plus public comment, please.
Okay, you'll have 3 minutes for items 14 through 27, 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you. Okay, I want to start off with the lighting for the City Hall for the Dodgers. I think it's a great idea because you know why? Like it's going to be big festivities. It's exciting. And I can't wait to take some time off of here because you're not going to be here that day, right? We're going to be off. And I get to watch it on Smoke and Scan. I can't wait. So light it up pretty, light it up. And also, but as you're lighting up City Hall, can I suggest that you light up the rest of the city? Because it is really dark out there at night. And it's really hard because the streets and sidewalks are broken. They are in horrific shape. And trying to, get around in the dark because it's really, really dark because there's no lighting is really hard. So,
Okay, Speaker, you need to speak to the agenda items. You can speak to that in your general public comment.
Sorry? You're taking my time.
Speak to the
I
agenda
am.
items.
I'm talking about lighting. I mean, and waiting for the party with Smoke and Scan. So after that, I want to talk about the one for the housing. I am very upset that on L. Ron Hubbard Way, okay, there is a building, because they bought all the buildings on L. Ron Hubbard Way, the Church of Scientology, the cult of Scientology, bought it, and they are evicting people who have been in their homes for 30 years because they don't want anyone non-Scientology in their apartments, and they want to get rid of the rent control. And that is absolutely horrific. I mean, these are people that are just minding their own business. It's not their fault that Scientology purchased their building. They should not be kicked out because they're not Scientologists. I mean, that is so unbelievably that's discrimination. Okay. And thank you, Mr. McCosker. I always learn from him. Because of him, and housing and everything, I want to apologize actually to Hugo. I want to apologize to Hugo Soto Martinez. I owe him an apology because I found out that he is helping with the planters, the illegal planters, that his office has been working on it, and I appreciate it.
Speaker, you need to speak to one of the agenda items. You can discuss that in general
I'll
public
get back
comment.
to it, Mr. Martinez. My apology. Okay, I want to talk about when you're doing all these cleanups, okay? And there's 2 agenda items about, doing encampments. They are not allowing people of the press to watch and to monitor and to audit or whatever. These are people who are not interrupting. They're not interrupting. They're just filming. You guys have to get used to the fact that we want transparency in our city. We want it when you're dealing with everybody. I mean, you're transparent. I'm filming you. Smoke and Scan is filming you. And his people, they're having a great time over there. Like, I wish I could jump in on his, on Smoke and Scans, right now, but I can't. I had to catch the replay crew of Smoke and Scan. Thank you, Smoke and Scan. And it's great. And I'm just going to let my time out because then can I just jump to public comment?
You'll
I'm going
have
to get
1
back
minute.
to my apology to Mr. Hugo Soto Martinez. He has been, I found he has been doing it, and I got this from Mr. McCosker because he's such a stand-up guy. When he does a mistake, he just says, I'm sorry, shakes your hand, and looks you in the eye. I like you, Mr. McCosker. You're my favorite now. Like, I just absolutely love you now. I'm still not happy with the bestie situations, but it looks like Miss Hernandez, though, like she's kind of like, I don't know, is her bestie, are they having a little dispute? Because it looks like she's hanging out with Miss Rahman now and with everyone else. So what's happening with the besties? Like, we're going to be following the storyline because we love it. She's over here in a corner. What'd she do anyway to get you mad, Miss Hernandez? We know it's something. But anyway, with my apology to Mr. Soto Martinez, thank you that your office did hear me, because I thought you were just ignoring me, and I was getting mad. I was getting very snippy with you, and I apologize. I'm looking straight in the eye. I can't shake your hand because I'm over here. But thank you that you did hear me. And but I'm asking you to continue, and it's to continue hearing everyone and everyone to listen to all the people talking. Just listen to us. Thank you.
Okay. Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which item you'd like to speak to.
Buenos días al Consejo Municipal de Los Ángeles. Mi nombre es Luis Asturias.
Good morning, Council of Los Angeles. My name is Luis Asturias.
Which items would you like to speak to?
¿De qué puntos está hablando, señor?
Sí, estoy aquí para hablar del artículo 26 en la agenda y también para dar un comentario sobre mi situación.
I'm here for point 26 and also to give a commentary about my situation. Señor, si podría acercarse un poquito más al micrófono para poder oírlo bien. Gracias.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute for each.
Tiene un minuto, señor.
Ok, yo vivo en el distrito 10
I live in District 10.
y pido al Consejo que apoye la actualización de la ley Larson.
And I'm asking the council to please support the updates to LARSO.
Pedimos un aumento de renta de un mínimo a la comunidad del 0% al 3%, que es el máximo que nuestra comunidad puede pagar.
We're asking for a minimum increase of 0% to 3%, which is a maximum of what our community can pay.
Yo vivo en una comunidad de control de rentas por 29 años.
Where I live, I've rented for 29 years.
Y la ley Tajo, gracias por apoyarla, esta ordenanza.
And thank you for supporting the Tahoe ordinance.
Pero quiero recordarles que esta es una ordenanza de mucha importancia para nuestra comunidad.
But I want to remind you how important this ordinance is for our community.
El acoso que están sufriendo nuestras comunidades, en nuestras comunidades, el acoso que están sufriendo nuestras comunidades en los edificios.
And the harassment that our community is facing in these buildings.
Es rompe el corazón.
It breaks your heart.
You have 1 minute.
Soy testigo de ver familias ver desalojadas.
I'm there bearing witness to see families being evicted.
Y el acoso es deprimente.
El acoso es, ¿qué, perdón, señor?
Deprimente.
And the harassment, it's depressing.
Y muchas formas del acoso que está sufriendo nuestra comunidad.
Our community is facing many forms of harassment.
El acoso mental, emocional.
Physical, mental, emotional.
Y a veces físico. Eso no es aceptable.
And sometimes physical, and this isn't acceptable.
So pedimos a nuestros concejales que por favor, así de la misma forma que se presentan.
And that way we're asking our members of the council in the same way that you present yourselves.
Cuando andan en sus propagandas de elecciones.
When you're campaigning.
La misma forma se presenta en nuestras comunidades, apoyar.
The same way you put the effort into campaigning, put the effort into supporting our communities.
Caminen en nuestros vecindarios y vayan a apoyar a la gente que está sufriendo de este acoso.
Walk through our neighborhoods, go support the people who are living in these neighborhoods who are under this harassment.
Ustedes han sido testigos de muchas personas que han venido a llorar aquí.
You have been, you've been here testifying. You've been here as witnesses to see the amount of people that come here crying.
Muchas gracias y que Dios los bendiga.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Hola, mi nombre es Araceli Brito y soy miembro de la lucha del pueblo.
¿Se puede acercar un poquito más al micrófono, señora, para que la pueda escuchar y repite su nombre?
Sí. Hola, mi nombre es Araceli Brito y soy miembro de la lucha del pueblo.
Hi, my name is Araceli Rito and I am a member of Lucha del Pueblo.
Which items would you like to speak to?
¿De qué punto se está hablando?
Vengo a hablar del artículo 26 y comentario público general.
26 and general public comment.
Okay, you'll have 1 minute for each.
Continúe, tiene un minuto para cada uno.
Sí. Tristemente yo perdí mi vivienda por causa de un incendio.
Sadly, I lost my home due to a fire.
Y vivo en la calle con mi familia.
And I live on the street along with my family.
Y estamos buscando vivienda, pero no encontramos nada porque todo es muy caro.
We're looking for a place to live, but we're not finding anything because everything is just too expensive.
Te piden de 3,500 a 2,000 para arriba.
We're talking
No hay
about
vivienda.
3,000 to 5,000 and upwards.
Para nosotros los pobres es muy duro vivir en la calle.
For those of us who are poor, it's very difficult to live out on the street.
Por eso estoy aquí y necesito apoyo. Y también para
That's why I'm here and I need support.
Y también para demandar que la renta no suba más del 3%.
And to also ask that the rent doesn't increase more than 3%.
Porque ya eso podría afectar a más familias en la calle.
Because this could end up in more people being thrown out on the street.
También me gustaría que apoyaran al artículo 26.
I'd also like you guys to support Article 26.
Y aprobaran la ordenanza de contra el acoso.
And to approve the ordinance against harassment.
Porque acoso hay donde quiera. Yo estuve viviendo en un shelter que se llama Servicio al Army.
Because the harassment, perdón señora, ¿se puede repetir?
Yo estuve viviendo en un shelter que se llama Servicio al Army.
Harassment happens everywhere. I was living in a shelter called Servicio al Ángel.
Y hay discriminación, odio racial.
There's discrimination, racial hatred.
Y no es justo que estemos padeciendo eso. Me salí y ahorita estoy viviendo en la calle León. Ahí.
And it's not fair that we're dealing with this. I'm living on the street.
Calle León junto a la Union Station.
On the León Street. ¿Junto al qué, perdón, señora?
Union Station. Junto a la Union Station.
Union Station.
Ahí tengo mi casita de campaña.
There I have my little encampment.
Y es muy duro para nosotros los homeless porque ahí en la Union Station no nos dan permiso ni de ir al baño en la noche.
It's so hard there for those of us who are homeless because over there in Union Station we don't even get permission to go to the bathroom.
Y ahorita los votantes que andan pidiendo el voto para su campaña, yo tengo un muchacho de 18 años ahí que está dispuesto a votar, pero así como les vamos a dar el voto si andamos en la calle.
And now in terms of voters, I have a boy of 18. I mean, he would vote, but how are we supposed to vote if we are out on the street?
Fíjense ahorita lo que andan pidiendo los de la campaña, apoyar a los votantes.
Look at what the campaign is asking for.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which item you'd like to speak to.
Hola, muy buenos días a todos.
Hello, and
Mi
good day to
nombre
all.
es Irma Cervantes.
My name is Irma Cervantes.
Soy miembro de la Lucha del Pueblo, Inner City Struggle.
I'm a member of Lucha del Pueblo, also known as Inner City Struggle.
Vengo a dar comentario general y del artículo 26.
I'm here for general public comment and also here about Article 26.
You'll have 1 minute for each. Please start with the item.
Un minuto para
26.
cada uno, por favor. Primero comencemos con el punto en la agenda.
Yo como arrendataria vengo a pedirles por favor que apoyen el control de renta.
I'm here asking you guys to please support rent control.
Y no suban la renta más del 3%.
And to not increase the rate more than 3%.
Que no hagan cobros extras por utilidades.
That we're not dealing with, that we shouldn't, for the removal of the utility bump.
Que no hagan cobros extras por personas extras.
And that it's not, there's no increase having to do with additional occupants.
Que no hagan excepciones para negocios pequeños.
And that this formula doesn't mean that there are exceptions for landlords of a smaller size.
Y todo esto me perjudicaría demasiado porque tendría que desembolsar dinero, lo cual no tengo.
And this affects me because I would have to find money that I don't have.
Esto sería catastrófico para todas las personas que somos de bajos recursos.
Those of us who are of low income would be facing a catastrophe.
Porque las personas de bajos recursos ya estamos pagando demasiado por la renta.
Because those of us who are of low income are already paying too much for rent.
Y un aumento nos pondría en riesgo de quedarnos en la calle.
And an increase is going to put us at risk of ending up on the street.
También estoy aquí para apoyar el artículo 26.
I'm also here in support of Article 26.
y pedirles a ustedes que voten sí y apoyen a los inquilinos como yo que estamos siendo acosados por los dueños.
And I'm asking you to vote yes on that and to
1 minute.
show your support for renters like us who are being harassed by landlords.
Yo he tenido demasiado acoso. La dueña ha sido capaz de tumbarme la puerta para
I've been
poder
through
querer
enough-
hablar conmigo cuando yo no estaba en mi casa.
I've been through enough harassment. The owner even tried to knock down my door to talk to me when I was home.
Me quitó la luz, me quitó el agua,
She took away our electricity. She took away the water.
lo cual yo tenía que ir al parque para poder agarrar agua, para poderme bañar,
I ended
para,
up having to go to the park to get water in order to bathe myself,
para bañar a mis hijos,
to bathe my children,
para lavar los trastes,
to wash the dishes,
para echarle agua al baño.
to flush the toilet.
Fue muy difícil para nosotros
That was very hard for us,
tener que soportar todo esto,
having to go through all of this.
siendo que todo ser humano tenemos ese derecho,
I think every human being has that right,
lo cual ustedes tienen ese poder.
and you guys have
Para
that power
apoyarnos.
to support us.
Espero nos entiendan y nos hagan caso
I hope you understand us, and I hope you pay attention to us,
y se pongan un poquito en nuestros zapatos
and you take a moment to put yourself in our shoes,
y entiendan que este tiempo que estamos aquí es tiempo de beneficio para nosotros,
and that you understand that the time that we're here is
Que
time
tenemos-
for our benefit.
que tenemos que estar con nuestros hijos o haciendo otras cosas, nuestras necesidades. Y sin
mean-
embargo estamos aquí pidiéndoles a ustedes, por favor,
Correction, it's not for our benefit. We could be spending time with our children doing what we need to do, but instead we're here.
esperamos su apoyo. Muchas gracias.
We're hoping for your support. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have two last speakers for in-person public comment, then we'll do 10 minutes on the phone. So these are the last two speakers.
Speaker,
Hello.
please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
Anaí, public comment.
You'll have 1 minute.
Hello. Unfortunately, I'm here again. I'm in District 1. Eunice Hernandez knows us very well. We're with Hillside Villa Tenants Association, and I'm sure you all know our fight very well. We've been fighting for 6 years, and as of April, 2 deals were approved. One to give $15 million to landlord Tom Botts, who is already a millionaire, making him an even richer millionaire. During April, $250,000 were also approved as rental assistance to help provide assistance for 40 families to not be evicted. And we still haven't seen that assistance be released. The landlord has $15 million and a $5 million forgiveness that he owed to the city. So we are asking that the $250,000 be released to support and prevent more families to be evicted. How could we talk about infrastructure? How could we talk about gentrification?
I'm sorry, Speaker, your time is up.
Thank you. Let me finish my thought. How can we talk about the future of Angelenos? Who are the Angelenos that you want to keep housed? Is it
Speaker, I'm
us?
sorry, we
'Cause
need to move
won't
on to
be
the next
here-
speaker. Speaker, please remind us of the name you signed up under and which items you'd like to speak to.
I signed up as Jay.
Which items would you like to speak to?
Public comment.
You'll have 1 minute.
So 6 months ago, you all passed 2 motions led by CD1 that were supposed to protect tenants at Hillside Villa from mass evictions. One extended the building's affordability by 10 years so tenants could afford their rent. The other provided $250,000 to help tenants affected by covenant expirations pay rent debt. Well, Botts received his $15 million, the landlord already received his $15 million, and meanwhile tenants are facing what amounts to up to 50% rent increases without an emergency measure in place. We're here as the Hillside Villa Tenants Association to demand that the city do literally one thing that would actually protect tenants from these evictions. And implement the emergency rental assistance program you passed 6 months ago. Your inaction is once again creating an emergency for Hillside Villa tenants. Tenants were left alone to fight off most of the evictions on their own. 3 families are still facing evictions, including 2 you heard from today. And the rest of the families once again worry about getting new 3-day notices to pay or quit on their door due to rent debt they have to pay. This is an emergency. It says so right in the name of the program. Please act like it's an actual emergency. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes in-person public comment. We'll now do 10 minutes of virtual public comment via the phones.
Call-in user 2, unmute yourself.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak to? Speaker, please unmute yourself.
Call-in user 1, please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, nerds and virgins. Brock Landers, Los Angeles private investigator. All open items and general public comment, please.
You'll have 3 minutes for items 14 through 27 and 1 minute for general public comment.
All right, I appreciate it. 14, Smoke and Scan could co-promote a charity concert with Stacy and 3-Inch Shrimp. The proceeds could go to the renters whose landlords are taking advantage of the CEQA. 3, keep your head up. People keep saying size doesn't matter, but just look how far Bob got with being below average. 20, what did I tell you guys yesterday? Stop talking about the Dodgers. You're going to jinx us. 21, $400K for public works. Interesting that the new council guy that you guys brought in over there, his plan was to launder more money back to the nonprofit that it came from. Paul, didn't you have 12 years to make this better? Doesn't that really sum up the failure of your time in council has been? I'll bet Daniel Gus at danielgus.substack.com could do a great story on it. 22. Maybe we can do something special for the Venezuelan Day besides lighting up the city hall. Maybe we could bring one of those gangs in from the other cities that's taken over the apartment complexes and just give them an apartment complex since everyone here seems to think that they're cheap and free. 25, maybe we can clean up the river. 26, anti-harassment for renters. Why isn't there anti-harassment for landlords? We know you're trying to drive the small landlords out of business so that they will sell to your donors BlackRock. I hope that the people come up to speak or stop and take a homeless person home with them. And who's going to protect the landlord's investment? If they don't invest in the properties, then you won't have a place to live and you'd have to deal with a company like BlackRock. Nice way to try to get more clients there shilling at the podium, bud. And how long would you wait for a client to pay you $4K? When you guys are, complaining about the struggle of the costs, that they're up so high, you need to tell the council people to cut out the red tape. LA is so expensive because of the over-regulations. 27, what does the Bureau of Sanitation have to do with the American Beverage Foundation? Unless this is your guys' clever, punny way of telling us that you're full of shit. General public comment.
1 minute.
Today the Supreme Court rules 6-3 to allow Virginia to remove non-citizens from the voting rolls. I would like anyone on council to explain to me why the voter rolls shouldn't be clean, annually. Speaking of clean, Geeka Girl, shine up that gold bikini. Daddy's coming over to teach you the difference between jelly and jam. Audit LA, talking about the besties. I think that Monica's just trying to expand her gag ball line, or is looking for someone to make that flower look a little bit smaller. Marquise, fix your tie. It's embarrassing. You don't have anything else to do during council. Stop sitting there with a crooked tie. Smoke and Scan. Thanks again.
Caller ending in 9519, unmute yourself.
Speaker, which items would you like to speak to?
Yes, my name is Jason. I'm a smoke scan viewer.
Which items would you like to speak to?
Let me get, hold on one second. Let me get all available items during public comment, pretty little lady.
You'll have 3 minutes for the items 14 through 27 and 1 minute for general public comment.
Cool, good deal. So the other day I was down on Figueroa with this chick, and I paid her $5 to gargle my man-made,
Speaker, you need to speak to the agenda items.
mouthwash, and she. Yes, ma'am. Well, all right. What I was saying, what I was trying to get to was like, we have the election coming up, and we're gonna have specials going on down on Figueroa with the ladies. We're gonna have the Hail to the Chief special there.
Speaker,
yes, ma'am?
it's not clear that you're speaking to any of the agendas. We can move you to your general
I'm talking
public
about the
comment.
election coming up. Your world is begging for mercy.
Speaker?
I'll take the general public comment there, ma'am.
Okay, we'll move you to general public comment. You have 1 minute.
Thank you. Cool, thank you there, ma'am. FYI, I eat the booty like groceries. And shout out to the smoke can community. They're having a good show today there. And like I was saying, they have the Hail to the Chief special going on down on Figueroa, with a chick, where while they're doing a little thing, they sneak the little thumb in the back door and they twist it around like the playing the figgy pudding. So go down there and get your little $5 and line up and get it going, because when they're gone, they're gone. It's limited time only there while the election going on there. So but we having a good show today. We had a good chase there. Lady, she almost got away there, but you gotta be a little slicker there, going the wrong way down the highway. It's not a good thing there. But shout out to Damon doing his thing there, and shout out to the smoking beauty. And hey, don't waste your time going out and vote. Go down to Figueroa and get your little $5 worth of hand job there. Make yourself a better person there. Get a little baby bat up out here. Anyway, y'all have a good one.
Caller ending in 2616, please unmute yourself.
Thank you. It's Eric Previn. I'd like to speak on the available items in a general public comment.
You have 3 minutes for items 14 through 27 and 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay. Well, first of all, I definitely support better public-private partnerships with CBOs for sure. And you're never going to hear me quibble about protecting a 101-year-old pedestrian from trees. That definitely fits with my agenda. And I agree with the chair that, the Olympics are about inviting the entire world to our front porch, and then our leadership prioritizing all the wrong things so that the people who are expecting service and government help are actually getting screwed. So I think we have to try to work a little harder. Now, the LAPD vending machine motion seems to be in good shape. I like the idea of an LAPD branded vending machine. I'm not sure how that works in the lobby, who gets the VIG, but nicely done. And I think it's tasteful with all the tenants and attorneys protecting them down there today to have so many first-class lounge revenue streams on the agenda. 9.7 in cost savings for the landside access modernization
Speaker,
project.
those items have been voted on. They're not available for public comment right now.
Okay, that's fair. I'll get back. I'm on that. Well, I'm still on the agenda though. I don't know which one do you want to be specific, or would you like me to finish my time?
Speaker, your time is running.
Okay, that's fine. Well, don't be so nudgy if you don't mind. I did my economic development analysis of this, and I noticed that the Government Operations Committee, they love Baker Tilly Advisory, 100 points. Cone Resnick, 100 points. CSG Advisors, 100 points. Urban Focus, 100 points. Wait, Urban Focus LLC only had 79 points in the space plan, or in a different category. So whenever we have real estate professionals and consultants eagerly wanting to help out on the sidelines, I like to know who specifically and what specifically, not a giant pool of 39 or 38 approved from which we can then pick and choose. And congratulations to Raman for getting HRNA on there. This is a group who were on the agenda last week as well, and they are apparently doing a very, very nice job for everybody because we like the work they do. I don't know exactly what they do. I think they provide HRNA Advisors, Inc. I think they work on project feasibility and underwriting for housing projects, project management, and the favorite of the City Council of Los Angeles, community outreach and engagement, which in city parlance means block public comment. That item is not open. Sorry, we're only taking 10 minutes. And all of the ensuing bullshit that the people of Los Angeles have to tolerate as the kind of
You have 1 minute for general public comment.
1 minute for general public comment. Okay. So yesterday at the County Board of Supervisors, Covington and Burling looked into the Mark Ridley Thomas. He was a city council member, you'll remember, and a very well-connected guy. We all respected his work. Well, they found that the county's oversight of the county contracting processes was certainly as bad as it could possibly get. The Times is busy in their own little snit with one another, so I don't know if you'll hear about it, but really bad and really no way to get through it. Lindsay Horvath, in the meantime, a little David Rue type, is going for Measure G. I'm telling the people of Los Angeles no on Measure G. That would be an expansion of the dysfunctional county government that currently exists. We need to bring leadership into the existing government. We don't need more than 5 supervisors at the moment. We need 5 actual leadership supervisors who can help make departments comply. We've been doing it for years from the public, but they've made it so difficult under the leadership of Sheila Kuehl and Lindsay Horvath to make it impossible to do our jobs as members of the public who provide.
Thank you, Speaker. Your time is up.
Okay, that concludes virtual public comment. We're going to start with item 26. Councilwoman Rahman, for what purpose do you rise?
Yes, on item 26,
Mr. President, if I may interject, I believe Councilmember Price would need to recuse and.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I was asking. So
Yes,
26, we have 2
Mr. President,
recusals.
on this item, I too will be recusing in that I do own rental property.
Okay. So if Mr. Krikorian and Mr. Price can be taken off the board. Okay, for what purpose do you rise?
I just wanted to ask that we move to adopt the new city attorney report and ordinance dated October 25th, 2024, and encourage all members to vote aye on this very important update to our anti-harassment ordinance, which has been, at this point, many years in the making. So, thank you.
Okay.
And Mr. President, we'll need a second on that.
Can you second it?
Yeah, second it. I'll second it. It's okay. Yep. Okay. Any other members wish to speak on this item? Item 26. Any other members wish to speak? Seeing no members on the queue, Mr. DeLeon, are you rising for this? No. Okay. Seeing no members on the queue, let's open the roll on it as amended with the city attorney's report. Close the roll and tally the votes.
Nice.
Okay, this measure is adopted.
And Mr. President, the ordinance for item 26.
Please, I know we're excited, but please do not disrupt the meeting.
And Mr. President, the ordinance for item 26 will be held over to November 6, 2024 for a second reading unless reconsidered with 12 members present.
Okay. Then what is next on the agenda?
Mr. President, the council may now take up items 14 through 21, 23 through 25, and 27.
Okay, those items, and if we could alert Mr. Krikorian and Mr. Price if they wish to come back in the room. They've been alerted. I want to see if they want to get back on the board before we take this move on these items. Let's see, Mr. Price has returned. Give him another moment. Okay, let's take up those items 14 through 21, 23 through 25, and 27. Seeing no members, any members wish to speak? Seeing no members on the queue, let's open the roll, close the roll, and tally the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, those measures are adopted. Next, I believe we have item 22, is that correct?
That's correct. 22 as amended by Councilmember De Leon, Councilmember Rodriguez.
Okay. Do any members wish to speak on this item? Mr. De Leon wanted to, is he? I don't see Mr. De Leon, but Any members wish to speak on this item? Okay, seeing no members, then let's open up the roll, close the roll, and tally the vote.
13 ayes.
Okay, that measure is approved. What's next on the agenda?
Mr. President, the council has motions for posting and referral.
Okay, without objection, they are posted and referred.
The desk is clear.
Great. Colleagues, any announcements? Mr. McCosker.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I have a great announcement today. We are joined with some friends. We are actually rejoined by Joe Buscaino, who was here earlier today. But I'm here with the Little Italy of Los Angeles Association. On behalf of all of us, we want to wish them a happy Italian Heritage Month as we're closing out Italian Heritage. The Little Italy of Los Angeles Association is a fantastic group that is advancing our Little Italy right there in the harbor area in San Pedro. Earlier this month, I'm sure you remember, we announced that we had the Festa Italiana. It was a fantastic event right in downtown San Pedro with thousands and thousands of folks. Great success on that. Congratulations. This is also the group that puts together something near and dear to my heart, Gaelic and Garlic in March, celebrating a little bit of our Irish heritage along with our great Italian heritage in San Pedro and in the harbor area. I want to thank the members who are here, Mario Malfitano, Carmela Funicello, Joe Perry, Mike Camareri, are all here representing the Little Italy of Los Angeles Association. And again, I want to congratulate them on a wonderful Italian Heritage Month. And we have, on behalf of all of us, this beautiful certificate signed by all members to the Lila on celebrating Italian American Heritage Month. They have an office in our building down in San Pedro. I want to see this on the walls of our office. I want to congratulate you and thank you. Let's come and get a beautiful picture.
All right, molto bene, molto bene.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Molto bello. Wait, let me button up. No, wait. Let me balance it out. I'll balance it. Yeah.
All right. While they're finishing pictures, any additional announcements? Councilwoman Rahman.
I just wanted to rise because today or tonight and tomorrow is the celebration of Diwali or Deepavali in India. And depending on which part of India you're from or which part of South Asia you're from, you might celebrate it at a slightly different time. We will be doing a big council presentation next Friday with groups that are coming from all over the city. But I did just want to wish everyone who celebrates a very, very happy Diwali, a festival of light and love.
Wonderful. Any additional announcements? No? And of course, we all wish all the trick-or-treaters for tomorrow a spooky and wonderful Halloween. Seeing no other announcements, let's move to adjourning motions. Colleagues, any colleagues have an adjourning motion? Looking to my right. Seeing no adjourning motions on the right, looking to my left. No adjourning motions. Ms. Rahman, are you standing up for an adjourning motion? No? Okay. Okay, no adjourning motions, so then everyone go out, serve the city, do great work. This meeting is adjourned.
because they may have an accent. Primary language is a protected class. And so we want to be intentional to let folks know that although we don't have the entire purview, like we can't do race or gender discrimination in those spaces with LA City, as Jamana mentioned, we actually will pass on those cases to our state partners.
Mm-hmm. What types of cases do you see the most often?
Year to date, we've received 861 inquiries.
Wow.
So we do get quite a large number of people reaching out to us. We do see quite a bit of calls come in related to housing, potential discrimination in housing. Our next one is commerce. So it's housing, commerce, and then we have education and employment where we see a little bit less.
You mentioned housing, you see the most. Lately, there's been a lot of cases nationwide where a person, tried to buy a house and they were appraised, let's say a black or brown person was appraised much higher than a Caucasian person. Do you get those kinds of cases?
When you think about the appraisals, homes that are owned by people of color and women tend to be valued at a lower level. Oh. And there's so many discriminatory practices that happen in housing. I mean, there are even people of color who will set aside a friend, a Caucasian person, to show their home when the appraisal process is happening, or they may take their pictures off the wall to, make sure that it does not impact the value of their home. This is something that there's countless studies on, and I know Tavis Smiley on 1580 AM has had many shows in this space. So it is an issue. Another issue we actually are looking at is the fact that African Americans and Latinos pay about $1 billion more for their mortgages in America. Over about $1 billion more for their mortgages today compared to their Caucasian counterparts with the same credit score and a job salary. I want to be intentional to tell you there are discriminatory practices that are happening with banks. Actually, banks even looking at surnames on how they handle and manage accounts, and that is something we're looking into right now in the city of Los Angeles.
If someone is experiencing this problem, how do they get in touch with your office?
So folks can reach us on the web at laisforeveryone.com. They can call us at 213-978-1845, or they can come down to our offices at the LA Mall, 201 North Los Angeles Street, suite number 6.
Are you guys on social media to get the word out?
Yes, we are. We are proudly on all social media platforms at LA Civil Rights.
Excellent. And you mentioned, before we wrap up, you mentioned LA for All. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, LA for All is an award-winning campaign to send a strong message on the offensive that hate has no home in the city of Los Angeles. It's a campaign in 21 languages. We have blanketed the city in over 5,000 ad spaces, and people can also use our sign in